My middle name is Punk, not Danger. I would not be on that ride.
Oh my goodness, I'm glad she's okay.
Yeah.
Coming up, young children will soon be eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine. I'll tell you what doctors want parents to know about it next.
Plus, terrifying moments when a coyote chases a little girl and her dog down the street. New at 6, the unlikely hero who stepped in.
And a teen stepping up to help other teens fighting the pandemic. In our next half hour, we'll show you the resources she created to help parents.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end. The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Dip into our new coconut cream pie ice cream and imagine being stranded on a deserted island. Rich coconut French ice cream, flakes of coconut, tasty pie crust pieces, and a whipped topping swirl loaded with toasted coconut. You won't want to be rescued.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell half gallons at your local Winn-Dixie. All flavors specially priced with your rewards card through July 27th.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdor.com.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you in your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
Getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
56,000 new COVID cases. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. It's now 3 of the last 4 days over 50,000. That hasn't happened since April, with more than 80% of cases now blamed on the more contagious coronavirus Delta variant.
CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky is urging the unvaccinated to get the shot.
Please take the Delta variant seriously. This virus has no incentive to let up, and it remains in search of the next vulnerable person to infect.
Surgeon General Dr. Vivek Murthy says 99% of COVID deaths are among the unvaccinated.
That's Fox's Tanya J. Powers. 4 in 10 new cases are in 3 states, Florida, Missouri, and Texas. The CDC is reconsidering mask guidelines, but for now, those vaccinated are told they don't need to wear them. Dr. Francis Collins of the National Institutes of Health tells Fox.
One of the things we know can reduce transmission of this terrible virus is wearing masks. There's no real doubt about that from the data from at least 10 different studies.
Delayed a year by COVID, the Olympic opening ceremony just an hour away in Tokyo. Fox's Simon Owen has more live.
David, set to be a very different opening ceremony. There will be no spectators inside the stadium, and Tokyo is hosting the games under a state of emergency with coronavirus case numbers rising. USA team officials estimate around 83% of American athletes have been vaccinated against COVID-19. That leaves around 100 who haven't.
But 83% is actually a substantial number. We were quite happy with that.
US Olympic Committee Chief Medical Officer Jonathan Finoff says athletes face the same rules regardless of their vaccination status. Dave?
Simon, a police officer injured in Pittsburgh overnight after shootings that left 3 people wounded.
There are multiple witnesses that are being interviewed, and there were several individuals that were detained for further questioning.
Pittsburgh Director of Public Safety Wendell Hisrick. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Friday morning. Alligator Alley eastbound is still shut down because of an overnight crash, and traffic, in fact, is closed off on the alley all the way about 25 miles west of that crash itself. So the closure is at State Road 29, which is exit 80 on the alley. You'll need to head south on 29 there, down to the East Trail, and take 41 all the way over to the East Coast. So that is going to mean you need extra time on the roads to get where you're going this morning, especially if that's part of your morning drive. The crash itself is at mile marker 56 on the eastbound side of Alligator Alley. Rest of 75 running up to speed out across Fort Myers, Naples, and through Charlotte County. 41 looking nice and clear, and we're crash-free right now out across those areas in general. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
We'll get ready midday for your Friday. Temperatures topping off in the middle 90s today. However, with that humidity, the heat index range between 100 to as high as 109 degrees. Look out for spotty storms, especially focus inland throughout this afternoon, though another line of storms will be possible as we head into this evening. Look out for that for your Friday evening plans. Tonight, temperatures waking up in your Saturday only managing to reach into the upper 70s before back into lower 90s for the afternoon. Slightly cooler for both Saturday and Sunday, at least compared to what we've had over the past couple days, as we usher in higher chances for rain and thunderstorms for both Saturday and Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, I strive to offer the highest level of care for those suffering with back and neck problems. With unparalleled service and our award-winning non-surgical spinal decompression approach, thousands of people have chosen us to treat their back or neck problems. If you are seeking lasting relief that is proven effective without needles or surgery, then call today to see if you may be a candidate. This completely safe treatment can be effective for many conditions, including sciatica, ruptured or herniated discs, facet syndrome, compressed nerves, arthritis, and spinal stenosis. Additionally, people who had failed back surgery in the past often find incredible relief from spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care, all our treatments are drug-free and non-surgical. We use new and comprehensive approaches that provide lasting relief. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Celebrate your accomplishments with a previously enjoyed Rolex watch from Duncan's Diamonds. From sporty to dress models.
Hi, I'm Stuart Duncan, and here at Duncan's Diamonds, we have the finest previously enjoyed Rolexes available.
We make the process easy, beginning with the guidance of our expert consultants.
Why buy a new Rolex at full price when you can buy the exact same watch, only a few years older, certified, fixed up, refurbished with a 2-year warranty, and at a third of the price or less? And our knowledgeable staff will make your experience as memorable as your timepiece. Come to Duncan's Diamonds today and leave confident. You will receive the highest quality at the best possible prices. We will not be undersold by anyone, anytime, anywhere, and you can count on that.
Duncan's Diamonds. Come celebrate with the Rolex of your dreams. Naples at Mercado, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Fort Myers on US 41. Find your own one-of-a-kind jewelry.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash out refi program and pay off high-rate credit cards, car loans, or other high-interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right, whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
Certified, certified, certified. The certified summer closeout event extended at Sutherland Nissan. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. They're just like new, but cost thousands less. And Thursday through Sunday only, we're selling them at once-in-a-lifetime bargain prices. Certified Rogue, $15,788. Certified Ultima, $12,988. Both with a 100,000-mile warranty. And best certified inventory we've ever had. All of them look, feel, and drive new. Even you won't be able to tell the difference, but your wallet will. Save thousands now on all our certified vehicle selection. Rogue, $15,788. Ultima, $12,988. Plus get a 100,000-mile warranty. Hurry before you miss out. Get to Florida's #1 Nissan dealer by Sunday. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano. ldtlaw.com.
At Lamps Plus, we believe your home should be a celebration of you. As the nation's largest lighting retailer, Lamps Plus offers an incredible selection of lighting, furniture, and home decor that are sure to bring out your unique style. We help customers just like you every day beautify their indoor and outdoor spaces, and at the flip of a switch, see their home in a whole new light. Because if you can dream it, you should have it. There are infinite possibilities to bring your home to life at Lamps Plus, including custom order on-demand pieces that match your personal taste and color preference. Select from over 50,000 styles from top designer brands, including Uttermost, with a huge assortment of table lamps, floor lamps, chandeliers, and mirrors to add elegance and style to any room in your home. And now, Lamps Plus offers free shipping on all orders. Yep, free. For up to 50% off selected designs, go to lampsplus.com/Fox News now. That's lampsplus.com/Fox News for up to 50% off. Shop Lamps Plus and let yourself shine.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage. Whether you're looking to purchase a new home or refinance yours, Rocket Mortgage can help you get there. For home loan solutions that fit your life, Rocket can.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. DrewSteele.com, the website there. You can watch the program. It's a simple website, so it's mobile friendly. You can watch on your phone, on your smart device. And you can also subscribe to the podcast. Thank you for doing that. Just go there. The link is there to subscribe to the podcast. We do appreciate that as well. We're not doing it. We're just not doing it again, everybody. We're not going through these mask mandates. We're not going through the federal government telling us we have to mask up our kids, mask up again. We're just not going through this. We're going to follow the science and the data. We're told that that's what this is all about, the CDC and the Fauci and everybody else. But I'm just telling you that people are done. We're absolutely done with the mask mandates. We already know about the numbers and what is and isn't. And I'm going to play some audio in case you missed it from yesterday. Our good friend Dan Bongino had a virologist on the program, and it was Dr. Marty Makary, who is with Johns Hopkins University. He's a professor there, and was really breaking down some of the COVID-19 risk numbers when it comes to our kids. And I'll bet you there's some information here you didn't know. And again, do you want to make this decision based on the all-knowing government that is going to mandate and come down and demand that you do something? Or are you going to look once again and reach out and find resources, good, reliable resources that are going to give you the science and the data to tell you what is and what isn't, and then make your own decision? Your liberties and your freedoms to be able to look at this, assess the risk that you believe that exists and doesn't exist. Just as in comparison to the risks that we have each and every day as we walk out the door, we know of all the risks that we have every single day of our lives, regardless of whether there's a vid around or not, and make those decisions That is up to you to decide, and we're going to get into that coming up in just a bit. And the governor made some very important, he had a presser yesterday and made some very important executive decisions. The press conference yesterday, not only saying that there isn't going to be mask mandates in Florida schools, but he was also announcing a new state initiative to improve literacy by delivering free books to students in elementary schools who are reading below grade level. And this is something else that's important when it comes to the education of our kids in the state, that the focus is still there. And I'm telling you, trust me, I know from the inside, I'm just telling you here right now. This governor is no doubt, along with Education Secretary Richard Corcoran, I'm just telling you that in the state of Florida, we do have a governor who absolutely cares about the education of our kids, who wants to do the right thing and is looking at everything, including school choice and what is available for every single kid in the state of Florida. And mind you that there are many people who voted for even communities that we were told would never vote for a Republican in the state of Florida in 2020. And we know that, in 2018. And we know that a big part of why Governor DeSantis is the governor here is because people made a decision based on school choice, being able to have every community, everybody have the availability to pick where they want their kids to go to school. And I'm telling you from the inside that they are doing anything and everything that they can to make sure that we have a top-notch education in the state, and also that we're going to be pushing back as much as possible and keep the fight on when it comes to not having critical race theory in our schools, to recognize that a big part of this is seeing it and recognizing what it is and what it is not. Understanding, like that great parent said at the school board meeting, I believe in Overland, Kansas yesterday. You probably heard the audio that we played when she was saying, listen, critical race theory, it's not a noun, it's a verb. You're not going to see critical race theory, those words being taught in our schools. You're going to have to understand what it encompasses. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Anytime you hear DE&I, diversity, equity, and inclusion, that's critical race theory. When you hear equity anywhere, critical race theory creeping into everything. And there's stories today about how it's creeping not only into our military, but even some of the other decisions that are being made that you're just not going to believe in the federal government. We're going to get to that. But again, the governor saying yesterday at this press conference,
we look forward to this upcoming year to be a normal school year, be in person and live like normal and learn like normal kids. There's been talk about potentially people advocating at the federal level imposing compulsory masks on kids. We're not doing that in Florida, okay? We need our kids to breathe.
Yeah, we're not doing it. We're not doing it here in the state of Florida. They do need to breathe. There is something to be said about being able to breathe. There's also something to be said about the Rational Ground article that I talked about a few weeks ago. Our friend Jennifer Cabrera, who is a contributor to rationalground.com, the website. You remember the story about the group of parents in Gainesville who took masks to the University of Florida labs. They wanted to do an analysis on what kind of contaminants were found on the mask. And you remember the things that we described? I can't even repeat right now because Jake is not ready to have breakfast yet. As a matter of fact, I think he did. He had 3 Slim Jims this morning, and they were all, none of them were the organic kind or any of the turkey stuff, right? They were all you went straight up Slim Jim. You only live once, baby. You only live once, baby. That's the way millennials think. Don't forget about how millennials think. It's all, not only is it, everything revolves around millennials, but it's like they're invincible. You could probably eat a whole box of Slim Jims and not worry about it.
I might vomit, but
well,
I'll be all right.
Again, it's the morning. Why do you say it like that? Not getting off the topic, but I'm getting off the topic. I'm chasing a squirrel. Hold on a second. I'm sitting at the kitchen table yesterday, and I'm just having dinner. And it was a great dinner, as we always do with the family. We come together, and we talk about the day. And as my wife is talking, my eyes are wandering, and I'm looking around, and there's a box of crackers on the table. And I'm looking at the box, and I'm listening to my wife talk, and kind of glancing at the box. And on the top of the box, it's explaining to you how to open and close the flaps on the box. The top has instructions on opening and closing the box. Do we need to have instructions on how to open and close?
Some people do.
Who does? Really?
Zoomers, a couple millennials probably.
Is that what it is? See what you've caused?
Hey, you know what? It's I didn't do it.
You did. You're part of it. I mean, how does this happen?
I do not require a participation trophy. But I do find it nice that you sit down with your family and eat dinner. I've probably done that 4 times in my entire life.
Yeah, it's a big deal. I know we're chasing squirrels. I'll get back to this story, I promise. But I'm just telling you right now, one of the most important things that you can do, and trust me, this is me. This is going back. This is the future. This is everything you need to know in life. You ready, Jake?
Yeah.
You gotta have dinner together as a family in the future. When you have your own little millennials. When you have your own little Jakies, you've got to do this. You have got to have dinner together. You talk about your day. You talk about the good. You talk about the bad. We do a lot. It's dinner time is there. There's kids banging on my door, ringing the doorbell. They want my son to come out and play. No, dinner time is dinner time. That's it. We actually have a little hook that goes on the front door that talks about homeschool in session, don't ring the doorbell. Dinner's in session. We'll be out in just a minute. We have something on the front door that actually says that because that is focus time. Focus. Like I'm not doing now. All right. Back onto the road. Here we go. The squirrel has been chased, and here we come back. Parents go to the University of Florida. They examine the masks. They find out contaminants with bacteria, parasites, fungi, including 3 with dangerous pathogenic and pneumonic-causing bacteria. This was from the article. Again, because the kids not only have the mask and have a hard time breathing, but they're touching it. It's falling on the ground. They're going to the bathroom. You understand all of this is part of what's on the mask. For what? For no information out there that would tell you that masks work. If masks work, then they would work. If masks work across the globe, then the minute we masked up, you would see the evidence that would show across the board, unequivocally, that the minute you put a mask on a kid, the minute you put a mask on adults, that we would see the numbers decline. We would see all the information and we never did. We don't have that data because it doesn't exist. So to make it compulsory, that just like the governor was talking about, yeah, we're not doing it in the state. Jen Psaki asked about it. Because this is insulting, right? How dare the governor do this? What about it?
Florida Governor DeSantis was talking about mask mandates for kids earlier this morning, and he said, we're not doing that in Florida. We need our kids to breathe. We need our kids to be able to be kids. He said it's terribly uncomfortable for them to do it. That obviously goes against the CDC guidance for kids under 12 who aren't vaccinated and what the president said last night. Is that putting kids in Florida at risk?
Well, as a parent myself, and I know you are one, if I were a parent in Florida, that would be greatly concerning to me because kids under the age of 12 are not vaccinated. They're not eligible yet.
Yeah, they're not vaccinated and eligible, and the numbers would suggest what? Should they be? What are the numbers? What are we talking about? They're not super spreaders. The kids are not super spreaders. All the information has been out there. They're not super spreaders. Again, 335 children, and we talked about this yesterday, and every life is a life. It's not a number, it's a life, and we all understand that. Just like the 1,200 kids in the years past that died due to the flu are individuals. They're not numbers. Like those that die in car crashes, they are not numbers. They are lives. We understand that. That's not... Don't misunderstand and don't try to put something into this conversation that doesn't exist. But again, what kind of numbers are we talking about here? And what are the risks? 335 children under the age of 18 across the country have passed away due to COVID. And yesterday, Dan Bongino, like we talked about, had a guest on, Dr. Marty Makary, Johns Hopkins University professor. And what did he say when the conversation came up about the fact that when they studied the numbers and looked at the numbers when it comes to kids and those that died of COVID, the 335, and when they actually looked at the numbers, when it comes to comorbidities and other issues, the number of children that died due to COVID without comorbidities or some other issue was 0.
We're trying to figure out if any of the 335 deaths from COVID in kids under 18. By the way, that's a big definition, under 18. It's even smaller, under 12. Have any of them been healthy? I mean, when the CDC director goes up in front of Congress, which is the only time she gets hard questions, and Fauci, otherwise it's just softball, watermelon questions at every single media outlet. When they get the hard questions, how about put this in front of them? How many of those kids were healthy? How can they not tell us in a pandemic when we're making these big decisions?
That's a big deal. Again, Dan Bongino with his guest on, Dr. Marty Makary yesterday, Johns Hopkins University professor. Officials have not been transparent about the data concerning COVID-19 to kids and the risk. How do you not tell us how many of those kids were healthy that died? What were the conditions? Don't we deserve to know? Not only are we talking about 335 total across the country, total since day one, but we don't even know all the information we need to know as to the conditions of these children, whether it was obesity, comorbidities of any kind. Why are we not hearing that? And again, the governor's saying this, we're not doing mask mandates. We're not going to do it in the schools. The schools have already made decisions when it comes to the idea of it being optional. We know that now the talk of the Delta variant and it's picking up and how it is contagious and we start to hear all of this and it's the panic, and there we go. And we're even starting to hear locally about numbers that are ticking up. And of course, we're asking the question, to what degree is the severity of the numbers of the cases that are ticking up? When it comes to the hospitalizations, what's the situation with these individuals when it comes to comorbidities and obesity and other things that have to do with the situation in the hospitals? These are all things that we need to know. It's what we needed to know a year ago, and now we need to know it more than ever because we're not shutting down. We're not going to shut down schools. We're going to have in-person learning, and it's going to be up to you to make that decision, whether or not you want your child masked in school or not. And I am concerned, and the governor is, and many other people are concerned, that the school districts are going to start now ramping up to the point where we're going to go back to no in-person learning again. Are we going to start listening to Randy Weingarten and the AFT American Federation of Teachers? Is that where we're going? The unions are going to start running the show. Since when did they get to run the show? Yeah, these are the ones that are going to sue if we don't teach critical race theory. That's what I say about that. So we keep an eye on this story. 239-479-5592. DrewSteele.com, the website there. You can watch the program. You can go to YouTube at Drew Steele Radio. We're still there as well. And please subscribe to the podcast. It's available. The link to the podcast is on the website as well. When we come back, our Thursday visit, Congressman Byron Donalds, that was yesterday. Of course, we will have the replay coming up in just a few more minutes on Daybreak 92.5. Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, Alexa, play 92.5 Fox News.
This Fox Business Report is presented by Island Air. High-quality AC repair and installation. Online at islandairfl.com. Online at islandairefl.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
The National Association of Realtors says existing home sales rose in June after dropping the previous 4 months. People were buying even as the median home price climbed to a record high of $363,000. Crocs is breaking out the lawyers.
Crocs, which reported blockbuster quarterly financial results, is going after Walmart, Hobby Lobby, and 19 others for copyright infringement. In the lawsuit, Crocs is accusing 21 businesses of selling copycats of its classic foam clogs at lower prices. In its complaint, Crocs says the company has suffered irreparable harm to its goodwill and reputation. Hillary Barsky, Fox News.
Some gains for Wall Street Thursday. The Dow finished up about 25 points higher. The S&P up 9. The NASDAQ up by 53. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jill Nato, invested in you.
License number CCC 1333045.
Storm safety starts at the top. When the wind and rain come, count on Crown Residential Services to make certain your roof is storm ready. After all, it should never rain inside your house. Crown offers repairs, replacement, free estimates, and the Crown Guard maintenance program, so you can be prepared and stay prepared. Is your roof ready? Not sure? Count on Crown. Call 855-CROWN-55. That's 855-CROWN-55. Make sure your biggest investment is absolutely protected. Call 855-CROWN-55.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is Florida's factory direct window company. We manufacture, install, and guarantee your windows for life. One company, one call. Our replacement windows are made to better enhance the energy efficiency of your home and stand up to Florida weather. New South Window, home of the ultimate Florida window for you. Made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we know Florida weather.
Going on now. Buy 2 windows, get a third free. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
It's Kaylee Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. I hear commercials that offer no-interest loans and giant rebates for air conditioners all the time. Now, I'm still a kid, but even I know banks don't lend money for free. Even I know that big cash rebates just aren't real. Just like the Tooth Fairy, they are simply missed to make you feel happy inside. When it's time to invest in a new system, but the right system for the right reasons, not the one on sale with fake offers. Call Kobe Cooling at 239-482-1542. Again, at 239-482-1542. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense, no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
One of the things with running is I want to enjoy the run, but I never made it very far because the arches on my feet just killed me. So when I got to the end of my rope and I said I have to do something to get rid of the pain, and a couple people recommended the Good Feet store to me. I loved how I could go in and get a free personalized arch support fitting. They put that time, that work, that effort into helping you find the right arch supports. And you can walk around this store with these in your shoes and try them out before you purchase them. So after I got my arch supports, the arches on my feet stopped hurting and the pain instantly, literally instantly went away. So if you have pain, go. Find a Good Feet store and go. And there is an answer. Find the simple solution that will get rid of your pain. I'm Rondi, and that's my Good Feet story.
See how Good Feet arch supports work for you before you buy with a free fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
Sales desk, Marty speaking.
Hey, you got your shades on, Marty?
Shades on? What? For what?
Well, the huge savings at Victory Lane are sensational.
That's cute.
They got new Chevy Silverados with thousands off.
Yeah, look, I can do 1,000 off too, my friend.
I said thousands, plural with an S, Marty.
I know how to spell, all right?
What can you spell? Fowler and Winkler?
What's Fowler and Winkler got to do with it?
That's where Chevys cost less and people get sensational savings.
Oh, boy.
With no high-pressure sales tactics.
High pressure? Listen, I don't have to take all this from you.
Oh, I see you can dish it out, but you can't take it. Summer's here and the savings are sensational at Victory Lane Chevrolet. New 2021 Silverado 1500s, thousands off MSRP, or choose 0% for 72 months on select new Chevy models. And you won't get burned with our gold 100% credit approval. Don't miss sensational savings at Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads online, victorylanechevrolet.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined. Dealer retains all rebates, expires 7/31/21.
You can crack open a fortune cookie to find out whether you qualify for the Earned Income Tax Credit, the EITC, or you can stop guessing and know. Log on to irs.gov, keyword EITC, or call us at 1-800-TAX-1040. That's 1-800-TAX-1040. Or ask your tax preparer. So if you'd rather know if you qualify for the EITC, consider it done.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Friday morning. Alligator Alley eastbound is still shut down because of an overnight crash, and traffic, in fact, is closed off on the alley. all the way about 25 miles west of that crash itself. So the closure is at State Road 29, which is exit 80 on the alley. You'll need to head south on 29 there, down to the East Trail, and take 41 all the way over to the East Coast. So that is going to mean you need extra time on the roads to get where you're going this morning, especially if that's part of your morning drive. The crash itself is at mile marker 56 on the eastbound side of Alligator Alley. Rest of 75 running up to speed out across Fort Myers, Naples, and through Charlotte County. 41 looking nice and clear, and we're crash-free right now out across those areas in general. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, get ready for another hot and humid day for your Friday. Temperatures topping off in the middle 90s today. However, with that humidity, the heat index range between 100 to as high as 109 degrees. Look out for spotty storms, especially focus inland throughout this afternoon, though another line of storms will be possible as we head into this evening. Look out for that for your Friday evening plans. Very mild and muggy as we head into tonight. Temperatures waking up in your Saturday only managing to reach into the upper 70s before we're back into lower 90s for the afternoon. Slightly cooler for both Saturday and Sunday, at least compared to what we've had over the past couple days as we usher in higher chances for rain and thunderstorms for both Saturday and Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Streaming only on Peacock.
What do you know about Dr. Dunch?
He was charming, intelligent.
My patients mean everything to me.
Based on the unbelievable true story.
I can't make sense of it.
Dunch has 2 deaths that we know of. The state of Texas has executed people for less.
It's like he knew what he was supposed to do, and he did the exact opposite.
Dr. Death, starring Joshua Jackson with Christian Slater and Alec Baldwin.
I am going to fix you.
All episodes streaming now, only on Peacock.
Look and feel your best with Dr. Patrick Flaherty, hosted by me, Gina Birch. Want to hear the latest from an expert? Tune in Saturday at 10 a.m. and hear all the latest innovations in non-surgical, surgical, and lifestyle ideas to help you look and feel your best. Dr. Patrick Flaherty is known for his faces, the fabulous Azul Spa, and now you get your hour with this doctor every Saturday at 10 a.m. Dr. Patrick Flaherty's show is Look and Feel Your Best, hosted by me, Gina Birch. Tune in this Saturday at 10 a.m. and hear how to look and feel your best.
Island Air wants to send you to the islands.
Island Air is going to send you to the islands.
Island Air wants to send you to the islands.
Island Air wants to send you to the islands.
Island Air is going to send you to the islands.
Island Air wants to send you to the islands.
Island Air is going to send you to the islands.
You want to go to the islands? Call Island Air. Island Air wants to send you to the island.
Island Air wants to send you to the islands.
Island Air is going to send you to the islands. Matt here from Island Air of Southwest Florida with some great news. Do you want to go on a cruise or luxury condo vacation? Well, now you can. Replace your AC today, go on a cruise tomorrow. Island Air wants to send you to the island. Call us today to find out more details on how to claim your voucher for a limited time. Call 239-466-8668.
Call 466-8668 for more details.
License number CAC 057544.
You've heard it before. We beat the competition. So many businesses say that now. But how many companies actually ask you to call the competition and then compare their windows to Window World windows? We will come into your home, or you can come to our showroom, and we'll give you an honest, fair, free estimate of what it would take to upgrade your windows to more energy-efficient windows. No tricks, no high pressure. We want you happy with your new windows, not feeling like you were forced into buying them.
Window World's slogan is simply the best for less. And we mean it. We offer you top quality windows at the best price available with the absolute best guarantee in the window replacement business.
If something goes wrong with your new windows, we'll fix it, even if the neighborhood kids accidentally hit a baseball through it or anything else. Window World quality windows, great price. Even hurricane-rated impact windows are available to offer an increased level of security to your home. Call Window World today. Window World, simply the best for less.
License number CCC 1333045.
Storm safety starts at the top. When the wind and rain come, count on Crown Residential Services to make certain your roof is storm ready. After all, it should never rain inside your house. Crown offers repairs, replacement, free estimates, and the Crown Guard maintenance program, so you can be prepared and stay prepared. Is your roof ready? Not sure? count on Crown. Call 855-CROWN-55. That's 855-CROWN-55. Make sure your biggest investment is absolutely protected. Call 855-CROWN-55.
Liberals suck. That's why we have Clay and Buck. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. Today, noon to 3 on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
I saw that Amazon's Alexa just rolled out a male voice assistant, and his name is Ziggy. Right now, Jeff Bezos is thinking, I go to space for 11 minutes and you name the voice Ziggy? What's going on?
What's the matter with Ziggy? All right, so there you go. Jeff Bezos goes into space because he's a cowboy. He's a space cowboy. Is that the reason why he was wearing a cowboy hat? Because that was the joke? He's a space cowboy? I just thought of that now. Is that what that is? Is that why he did that? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It may be. All right. So, which he didn't really go into space. It was kind of near space, and it's kind of half space, and we really don't want to say it. It's like space because then it would feel like it's really not worth the $28 million to get in this thing if you're just kind of half space. You're in full space. You know, you're weightless for a little bit. I think there are some actual places that you can go in the Orlando area as an amusement where you can be almost 0 G's for a little bit, right? Isn't there some kind of... There's probably some kind of place that you can go experience floating. Yeah, there is. There's that parachute. Wasn't there a parachute place in Orlando a long time ago? Or there is where you get you're in some kind of giant fan that blows up at you and you kind of float and you wear some kind of suit that makes you feel like you're parachuting. Am I wrong about this? You have any idea what I'm talking about?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Okay. Well, anyway, so they're naming the new voice on the Amazon device Ziggy. So if I say right now, is it on? Do we have one here in the studio? Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out. So if I said, hey, Ziggy, does that mean all kinds of Amazon devices are going, oh, you have to set it or something like that? I thought the idea of, it seems smart because how many people are named Ziggy? So if you're going to try to have an Alexa device named after something that's not like your granddaughter's name, then Ziggy seems to be a pretty good way to go. All right. So I know nobody really cares. It's one of those things that just not that big.
We have an Alexa device in here, but I think Ian destroyed it because of like some kind of government listening or something like that.
Ian Hicken produces The Drive with Trey Radel, fantastic show in the evening. If you're not catching it, Trey's got a great show. And Ian does Ian still drive around? If you want just an idea, Ian used to drive around in like a Ghostbusters car. Didn't
it was a UFO, like a police, what did it say?
I don't know, but it's got antennas and police. If you ever see a van driving around that looks like the Scooby-Doo vehicle and the Ghostbusters vehicle combined, that's Ian. You can't miss him. There's
UFOs,
antennas,
bumper stickers.
Right. He's got like his whole vehicle is covered with like metal shielding so that if something tries to spy on him, it can't get through. Anyway, the point is that he dismantled the device. Used to be in the studio here. Is that because he was concerned of? And you know what's really funny? He's probably he's ahead of the curve.
Yeah, he said something about some radio signal being transmitted from it during the night.
It's It's radio signals, Pegasus, the software that we talked about the other day, the NSO software that you can get malware on your phone that you don't even have to download the malware.
You just have to look at it.
As long as it's sent to you, then automatically it's on your phone. It turns on your camera, turns on your microphone, can go into your emails and can go into your GPS location. But nothing to see here. Everything is fine. And there's actually more on that story I should get to in just a bit. Some pretty high-profile names are starting to drip out as far as who had this on their phone. And, you're just wondering about those 2 hop rules. You kind of worry that, boy, if somebody has access, I mean, if you think about it, if somebody purchased this Pegasus software, malware, to be able to spy on somebody, malware that you would have on your phone where you're thinking, oh, no, I have nothing to worry about. Well, just wait. And they did this to go after high-profile individuals, presidents, leaders of countries, religious figures. They had 180 different Journalists were also part of this software, the malware that was going onto people's phones without them knowing, and that you would imagine with a two-hop rule style kind of thing, that if they're monitoring that individual, then anybody who's contacting that individual is also, and then by default, do you see what I'm saying? There's got to be some hops in there. It's not pretty. It's not good. But that's not why we're here. We are here right now at this moment to tell you two different things. Number one, DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. Go there if you want to watch the program and also subscribe to the podcast. We do appreciate it. And the second thing is, yesterday was our Thursday visit with Congressman Byron Donalds. Talked about a lot of different issues. In case you missed it, we started first by asking what he thought about the CNN town hall with the president and what a mess that was. And I was just curious to see if he had a chance to check any of that out.
To be honest with you, Drew, I didn't even watch it. I didn't waste my time.
Oh, there you go. That's fine.
I mean, look, we deal with so much stuff up here, all the crap that they want to do. I looked at it and I said, am I going to watch this? And then I thought, well, if I'm going to watch it, I should live tweet from it. And then I'm like, I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to do it. You know, there's other things going on, a lot more important.
Yep.
Obviously, the situation in Cuba is not just big in our state and in our area, but frankly, it's been the longest running, humanitarian crisis. I know they love using that word, but it's been the longest running humanitarian crisis in our hemisphere. And so, to listen to the president pontificate for an hour or two, I just wasn't going to do it.
Yeah, that's all right. I get it. And, the concerns that I think a lot of people do have when it comes to Cuba, and quite honestly, with a lot of other issues that are out there, whether it's critical race theory in our schools, whether it's infrastructure and what we know that's in a bill and not in a bill, and things getting rushed through and not having the chance to go over some of the finer points, is that is the news headlines. Is sometimes you've got so many things that are going on, it's hard to focus on one. And, even with the issue of, for example, what happened yesterday with the January 6th Commission and Nancy Pelosi and what was pulled there, we all knew this was political. We knew the angle that she was taking since day one. And to have this outrage after what happened yesterday is kind of laughable. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Oh, absolutely. So here's the deal. She opposed Jim Jordan and Jim Banks. Jim Banks is the head of the Republican Study Committee here in Congress. Jim Jordan, no need to even discuss who Jim Jordan is. All the listeners know who Jim Jordan is. Jim Jordan has been on judiciary for, 3 terms, 4 terms now?
Yeah.
The reality is that she knows that Jim Jordan and Jim Banks in particular would eviscerate the other members on that committee and will make it much more difficult for them to push the narrative that they want. So she's got to get rid of them and go on to other people. And so that's the issue, frankly, that we have. What she did was wrong, although people need to understand in the rule that was put together for that committee, she has the say on who goes on and who does not. And so, Leader McCarthy made his recommendations. She obviously rejected them. And I think Leader McCarthy is absolutely correct to just pull everybody that he put up for consideration and let them go on their own. Because if this is the game, why play? The second thing is, and what everybody else needs to understand is, we could do all this oversight stuff without this committee.
Right.
Like, we don't need this committee in order to look at January 6th. We could finish that stuff tomorrow. We could do it right now. The Senate already did their report. So, the Senate did their report. The Department of Justice is still doing investigations. Why are we playing these games with the Democrats? It's just not necessary.
Right. And good for him for doing that. I mean, good for him for calling the bluff and saying, listen, we know what you're doing. We know this game. And they got Adam Schiff. They have Adam Schiff on. What do you think is going to happen? I mean, it's so obvious what was going to transpire. And to your point, we can look into this. Republicans can look into this. Individually, we can have people look into what happened and get down to a lot of the questions that many of us still have about January 6th and not make this something that's going to be dragged into the 22 and 24 elections cycle for just that sole purpose of the politics of it all. And so, yeah, that's another thing that many people are concerned about. Even with social media and big tech and what the White House is doing, and this creep with this creeping into the idea of the White House and big tech joining together in censorship. And I know how concerned you have been about that as well.
Oh, I'm massively concerned. In my view, this is one of, if not the most important issue going on right now, because now we're really at the core of the First Amendment of the United States. If the president, or frankly any politician, believes that they should and can coerce private companies who do run public platforms, like I've been very clear on this, I think that the social media platforms should actually be viewed as common carriers, like cell phone providers, landline providers, so on and so forth. That's my viewpoint. I think that's how we should treat them. But that being said, if a federal agency puts pressure on them and makes them change their behavior with respect to how people are allowed to communicate on those programs, on those platforms, that's a violation of the First Amendment. This is pretty cut and dry stuff. This is not hard. Of course, people will say, oh, but they're private companies. They're the ones that are doing it. I mean, Democrats will say stuff like that because this is Joe Biden. But you cannot have anybody put pressure on these companies because people obviously communicate and receive information on these platforms, and they do it in such a wide way in our country. So they do have a massive public input. And so it is a violation of the First Amendment of the United States through the back door. Now, the reason why this matters is not because of COVID-19, because the First Amendment is, all the amendments, they all matter. They all are important to the liberty of our people, of the United States. But you start to abridge this one, then that's how your nation and your society falls apart. Because if people don't feel that they have the freedom to speak their mind, regardless of what their government thinks, and that their government won't stop them from doing it, then what else won't the government take away from people?
Yeah,
it's just as important as protecting Second Amendment rights, Fourth Amendment rights, Fifth Amendment rights. They're all important.
Yeah, and once you have the government tapping in and getting involved, all bets are off. All bets are off, and so being keeping an eye on that and being concerned, and and even recently with the headlines that we heard, Fox News had this story about again how the Biden administration and others who are telling us, and you can comment on this, that listen, CRT is in your imagination. Critical race theory, it doesn't exist. It's you can't find a textbook that it's in there or anything else. But now they're blaming an error about this promoting of this radical activist group, the Abolitionist Teaching Network, and the fact that they are fundamentally trying to dismantle and disrupt the education system in ways that are just undescribable. I mean, maybe we'll get to some of specifically what they said, but they're walking back ties to the group and some of the things that they've talked about. And again, how many times this administration, and you can speak to this, has shown who they really are and what direction they want to go in. And there is no moderate lunch bucket Joe here. We've got an administration that is clear what direction they want to go, what they're trying to do. And again, I do feel like there's a movement of people who realize what's happening, not only with the January 6th Commission and what that's all about, as well as critical race theory and what that's about as far as pushing back, that there is a movement to push back against all of this and make a difference, certainly in 22 and 24. Your thoughts?
There definitely is a movement. The reason why the movement exists is because people's eyes are telling them everything they need to know. Look, the reality is that with respect to this critical race theory, the number one way it gets into our institutions is through diversity and inclusion seminars, because the people that teach the diversity and inclusion seminars are these nonprofit organizations that are steeped in critical race theory. So they bring that ideology into these diversity and inclusion seminars. Corporate America is not shy about that. The military is not shy about talking about that, and frankly, neither are the educational establishment. That's who do these programs. That's who they contract with. Now, this group, this abolitionist teachers group, I saw a little bit of what they had to say. I found it to be abhorrent, and this is the problem, because you'll have the administration or Joy Reid or somebody like to say critical race theory is not in our classrooms. Okay, because what, we don't teach it like math, like a 12th grade math, or we don't teach it like Algebra 1? Yeah, I would agree with that. There's not a course on critical race theory. But what does exist is that it has seeped into the classroom by teachers who either A, subscribe to this group, or even more mildly, teachers that have been through these diversity and inclusion seminars, who through their teaching, through their application in the classroom, whether it's teaching math, whether it's teaching science or whatever, they bring in the ideology of critical race theory into the classroom. That's the problem. And I think that's what people are opposed to. And so the left is trying to say, the first thing they say is, well, can you even define critical race theory? Like, okay, that's cute. Because if you can't define it, then that means that you don't know what you're talking about. The second thing is they'll say is, well, give me the class that's being taught to our kid. Well, like I just told you, Drew, there isn't a class. It is coming in through the diversity and inclusion seminars that our teachers take, that our men and women in military take, frankly, that a lot of corporate boards and corporate C-suite officials and companies go through on a daily basis. All that stuff, critical race theory is being taught through that way. That's how it's getting in our institutions.
Right.
And frankly, you're right. There is a groundswell of people who oppose it because we don't want to be a divided people. We don't want to put blame on somebody because of the color of their skin. What we really want is a tolerant society, a harmonious society where people can just live in peace. Like, this isn't hard. But the reason why the White House is backtracking is because they've seen the polling, and the polling doesn't look good for them, and that's why they're backtracking.
Yeah. All right, Congressman, listen, I appreciate a few minutes of your time. Thanks so much. I know there's a lot to do. You're busy, and I always appreciate you being here, and good for you for not watching last night, the town hall. You didn't trust me, you didn't miss anything at all.
I knew I wasn't going to miss anything. That's why I skipped it. It's okay.
It's good. That's a good thing. You get some sleep instead. All right, we'll see you soon. Thanks. All the best.
See you, Drew.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's financial planner. For experience, advice on planning for retirement, visit savingtheinvestor.com.
Stop. Don't purchase any diamonds, jewelry, or engagement rings until you come to Duncan's Diamonds. We are not your typical jewelry store. Here are a few reasons. Family owned. Stuart Duncan and his family have been involved in the wholesale diamond business for nearly a century. No middleman. We are direct diamond importers, offering prices 30 to 40% lower than the rest, passing all those savings to you. No pressure. We are not paid on commission. We are here to help you even if you do not purchase from us, and to make sure you are happy. The largest selection of diamonds and jewelry, access to millions of jewelry styles, and that is up to 30 times what you find in an ordinary jewelry store. Free services, like clean and check whether you purchased from us or not. Don't take our word from a radio ad. Visit Duncan's Diamonds. We will prove we will not be undersold anywhere, anytime, by anybody. Duncan's Diamonds.
US 41, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Naples at Mercado.
Hi, I'm Keith, the owner of Storm Shield Windows and Doors in North Fort Myers. And when it comes to hurricane windows and doors, you have two choices, Storm Shield and all the rest. Here's what our client Lauren had to say.
Our windows made a difference in terms of how our house looked. So it looked 30 years old with our old windows. And now that we have our new Storm Shield windows, they look totally different. Our coastal look is coming along. We definitely have other projects to do, but the look alone of these windows has definitely improved our house. We have more energy efficient windows than we had before. It's quiet, and we definitely know in the event of a storm that we're safe and secure.
Storm Shield's windows and doors reduce the exterior noise by up to 80%, and our clients typically see an average energy savings of 40%. Why choose Storm Shield? Because everyone deserves the best. Call us today at 239-491-7002 or visit stormshieldSWFL.com.
Hey, so Amco of Bonita Springs is now hiring. That's right. If you're an experienced automotive technician interested in working at a great repair shop who is also an amazing local conservative business, and Kevin and Todd want to talk to you. So one of their techs is moving away in a couple of weeks, so they have a full-time position to fill. And you've heard me talk about Amco of Bonita Springs for many years now. And I can tell you they have a great local reputation for doing good work. And they also have an awesome customer base. It's been established over the past 13 years. So give them a call at 239-992-2626 so you can arrange to meet with them. That's 239-992-2626. Let them know you heard about it right here on 92.5 Fox News and Drew Steele. And they'll be sure to have you work on Jake's car the next time he breaks something. Amco of Bonita Springs is the best. So why not give them a call? 992-2626. That's 239-992-2626. 2626. They are the best. Ampco of Bonita Springs.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Sales desk, Marty speaking.
Hey, you got your shades on, Marty?
Shades on? What? For what?
Well, the huge savings at Victory Lane are sensational.
That's cute.
They got new Chevy Silverados with thousands off.
Yeah, look, I can do 1,000 off, too, my friend.
I said thousands, plural with an S, Marty.
I know how to spell, all right?
What can you spell? Fowler and Winkler?
What's Fowler and Winkler got to do with it?
That's where Chevys cost less and people get sensational savings.
Oh, boy.
With no high-pressure sales tactics.
High pressure. Listen, I don't have to take all this from you.
Oh, I see you can dish it out, but you can't take it. Summer's here and the savings are sensational at Victory Lane Chevrolet. New 2021 Silverado 1500s, thousands off MSRP. Or choose 0% for 72 months on select new Chevy models. And you won't get burned with our gold 100% credit approval. Don't miss sensational savings at Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads online, victorylanechevrolet.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined. Dealer retains all rebates. Expires 7/31/21.
Jason and Todd believe in value. They're direct diamond importers and hand select each diamond directly from the cutters. By cutting out the middlemen, the Diamond District offers the best quality diamonds at the lowest prices, and they pass that savings on to you.
At the Diamond District.
True relief for back and neck pain.
Back or neck pain is not just unpleasant, it can be debilitating, preventing you from performing your daily routine and even confining you to bed. In decades past, patients suffering from spinal issues were often just given pain medication, spinal injections, and when they did not heal, often underwent spinal surgery. Luckily, there is now another option, non-surgical spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we use an advanced technology to apply a completely safe unloading force to relieve nerve compression associated with bulging herniated discs, sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, neuropathy. This award-winning approach, safe for any age, has gained international praise from physicians for its success. Complete pain relief is achievable. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Hello, folks. This is Representative Bob Rommel with this week's interesting Florida fact. Florida has led the nation in the recovery from COVID. That's because Governor DeSantis and the legislature have enacted common sense policies. We've reopened our economy, stopped the mask mandates, and got kids back in school. Now, after almost 60% of Americans are vaccinated, Joe Biden again is thinking of national mask mandates and mandatory vaccines. The Delta variant is serious, and I don't have a problem with people wearing masks. I just don't like the federal government giving the order. Nor will the Florida legislature tolerate mandatory vaccines. Again, nothing wrong with vaccines, but a federal mandate is tyranny. And isn't it ironic that the same liberals who want to protect a woman's right to choose won't support the right to choose whether you get a vaccine? Florida, no vaccine mandates, no income tax. Let's keep it that way. Paid by Bob Rommel, Republican for State Representative.
This is 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News. Right all along.
Let the games begin. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Some Olympic events are already underway, but now in Tokyo, the opening ceremony for the Summer Games, COVID delayed a year, about to start. Fox's Simon Owen has more live.
Dave, Japan's emperor is set to declare the Tokyo Olympics open. First Lady Jill Biden is among VIPs set to be in attendance at the opening ceremony. But there are no spectators inside the stadium as part of efforts to control the coronavirus. The USA team's sports performance chief, Rick Adams, says after months of uncertainty surrounding the games, there's excitement.
It has been an incredible journey for not only Team USA's athletes, but for athletes all around the world.
Meanwhile, on vaccines, U.S. team officials estimate around 83% of American athletes have had COVID-19 shots. Dave?
Simon, as most NFL teams get ready to open training camps next week, the league says teams could be forced to forfeit games this season if there are COVID outbreaks because of unvaccinated players.
The vaccines are good against all of the variants that are out there, including the Delta variant.
President Biden again urging the nearly third of American adults who haven't gotten a dose of the COVID vaccine to get a shot. There were another 56,000 COVID cases in the U.S. yesterday. Now over 50K in 3 out of the 4 last days, which hasn't happened since April. And Fox's Griff Jenkins reports
40% of new COVID cases are coming from these 3 states, Florida, Texas, and Missouri, with Florida accounting for 1 in 5 infections. And it comes on the heels of the president's announcement this week that the CDC will advise kids under 12 will need to wear a mask, with some cities like Atlanta and Chicago already mandating it. But Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis says not so fast.
We're not doing that in Florida, okay? We need our kids to breathe.
The White House calls DeSantis' comments concerning for parents. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Heading out through Fort Myers, we have a vehicle fire along Plaza Drive right near the Pilot Travel Station. That's just off of the Luckett Road exit of I-75, your mile marker 139. So you may notice a little bit of smoke visible nearby, but it looks like the flames are out from that vehicle fire. That's the good news. No word on any roadblock, and it's off on a side street regardless. Also heading out toward Alligator Alley. It is back open heading eastbound following an overnight crash that shut down the alley for several hours, but you may still notice some road rangers out there near mile marker 80. That's near the exit to State Road 29. Rest of 75 all running up to speed. 41 looks good as well. And we are crash free out across Charlotte County right now. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, get ready for another hot and humid day for your Friday. Temperatures topping off in the middle 90s today. However, with that humidity, the heat index range between 100 to as high as 109 degrees. Look out for spotty storms, especially focus inland throughout this afternoon, though another line of storms will be possible as we head into this evening. Look out for that for your Friday evening plans. Very mild and muggy as we head into tonight. Temperatures waking up in your Saturday only managing to reach into the upper 70s before back into lower 90s for the afternoon. Slightly cooler for both Saturday and Sunday, at least compared to what we've had over the past couple days as we usher in higher chances for rain and thunderstorms for both Saturday and Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We want your car, truck, van, or SUV today. We are paying top dollar for clean vehicles. Before you sell or trade, call Lee Auto Group to get the most money for your car. Lee Auto Group, lee-cars.com. Don't forget the dash.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
I'm Harvey Massey. Think about this for a moment. Pest control involves applying pesticides inside your home, whether needed or not. At Massey Services, we just don't do that. We prevent pests from getting inside your home so we won't have to control them later. Why settle for pest control when you can trust Massey's pest prevention? It's guaranteed or your money back. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, our comfort specialists can handle any AC repair. Call 855-1HOUR for $50 off your repair or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay time.
Terms and conditions may apply. Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
Hey, Sean Hannity here for DeVoe Cadillac. Now, you all know Cadillac is synonymous with quality. In fact, it has been the icon of American-made luxury vehicles for over 100 years. Now, DeVoe Cadillac has been in business for over 50 of those years. Now, they serve Southwest Florida as a family-owned and operated business. They've done it the whole time. the DeVoe family has embraced the same commitment to quality that Cadillac represents. Listen, I could drive whatever I like, and guess what? I choose Cadillac again and again and again because I love my Escalade. I really enjoy the comfort, I enjoy the safety, the style, and that's why, let's see, I've already purchased over 10 Cadillacs in my life, and my go-to dealer in Southwest Florida is DeVoe Cadillac. Now, I know they're going to take great care of you and your new Cadillac with expert service from the people who know it best. Get to know our friends at DeVoe Cadillac, your Cadillac dealer right here in Naples.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live. DrewSteele.com. That is the website. Right there, you can watch the program. And it's very simple, the website. Set up like an app. As soon as you open it, you'll see where you can click on the video. At Drew Steele Radio on YouTube, you can go there as well. And subscribe to the podcast. DrewSteele.com has the link to the podcast, so you can subscribe and you can listen at your convenience. And you can do that right now, and we do appreciate you subscribing to the podcast. Coming up this morning, a couple of things we're going to get to, including the NFL making some big decisions. Listen, if you're not vaccinated, hey, we might have a problem if something happens and somebody gets the vid and you're not vaccinated, and oh boy, the whole team is going to be now penalized because of that. What the NFL is doing is, let's just say, it's interesting. Really not interesting, but we're going to get into the details of what they're doing. And is it just time now to say it? Real Clear Politics had an article on this. Should women's sports even be existing right now? Should we even have it at this point? That's not my question. Real Clear Politics brought this up in an article and a commentary that we're going to talk about this morning, and kind of going to get your view on it as well. I mean, if you have transgenders in sports and you have those that are in weightlifting competitions at the Olympics, and biology doesn't make a difference anymore, then why bother even having women's sports? Oh, we've got to do that. I mean, it wouldn't be fair to. It wouldn't be fair. The biological issues of biological men playing in women's sports is that fair? Is it? Well, that's the question that's being asked. We're going to get to that coming up in just a second. But I did want to get to this because this is something that is creeping in. And as long as you can see it, then you can identify it and know that it's happening. You know, the issues of equity is compared to equality, the issues of social justice, the issues of white fragility, the issues of diversity, equity, and inclusion, DE&I, you know, all the things that are critical race theory, not critical race theory as a noun, but as a verb, that these are the things that you have to look for. And then you'll understand how critical race theory is getting involved in and kind of infiltrating into anything and everything that's going on in society. And once you see it, you can identify it. It's kind of like when Republicans pounce. You know, the media, the fake news legacy media and what they do, and Democrats and what they do. They don't make the story about the wrong that the Democrat is doing. They're not doing or saying anything in a story about how bad Hunter Biden has been with some of the issues that he's got going on and the connections with Joe Biden and all of the paintings that are just absolutely beautiful. I mean, Hunter Biden is quite the artist. Not a joke. Yes, it is. It actually is a joke. But you put all that aside. As soon as we start talking about it and then asking questions and the concerns that many people have, and Jen Psaki was even asked about this, and we'll get to that audio coming up about these Hunter Biden paintings and, you know, a little bit of corruption going on here. And are you looking at this? And are you concerned about this at all? And six-figure art sales? And how does he do that? How did that happen? Where did this come from? It sounds a little shady. No. It's Republicans pounce on the Republicans are talking about this issue as if this is something, but it's really nothing. That's the Republicans pounce thing that constantly happens. It's not about the Hunter Biden story. It's about how Republicans have decided to focus on that as if it is a story, when they're telling you that it's not. Well, what about critical race theory? It's not a story until it is a story, and we'll sue you over it, Robin Weingarten at the American Federation of Teachers. So we know that it's real. So now that we know that critical race theory exists, that it's real, and we do not want it in our schools, we don't want our kids being taught it, and quite honestly, we don't want it infiltrating into society, you got to recognize it in order to be able to fight back and push back against it. What am I talking about? I'm going to give you two situations that are going on right now, things that happened yesterday and conversations that were had that maybe are flying under the radar a little bit. But again, when you understand equity, and remember, equity replacing equality. Equity sounds like equality, but it's not the same thing. Under critical race theory, it's something completely different. Equality means equal treatment of all Americans under the law. Under CRT, in critical race theory, equity demands race-based discrimination because systemic racism has produced disparities between the races, and because the system is only going to make it worse. They're only going to deepen the disparities by rewarding the wrong criteria. And that government has to step in. And they have to treat individual Americans unequally according to skin color to forcibly produce equal outcomes. Advocating equity over equality is exactly what CRT is all about. Remember that. That definition is so important, right? The difference between equity and equality. So when you hear equity, you need to take a step back because something's not right. Let's start with this. The Surgeon General yesterday had a few things to say with regard to the president's fight against, quote unquote, health misinformation. You know, when somebody has a question as to whether or not Dr. Fauci has got it right, you know, we don't have to wear a mask until we have to wear a mask. Then we have to wear 10 masks. Then we don't wear a mask. And the kids have to wear a mask. But they don't have to wear a mask because the science is suggesting that they don't have to wear a mask, but we got to mask up. Which one is it? So we're trying to get down to the facts, the truth, the data, the science. And then when we put some of the science and data out there, that is some health misinformation. And then you get the little thing on the bottom of wherever you are on your social media site that says, it might be misinformation. So the Surgeon General is like, well, what's behind this? What's going on here? So the Surgeon General talking about this yesterday.
Last week, I issued a Surgeon General's advisory to call the nation's attention to the threat of health misinformation. Since then, we have continued to emphasize what individuals can do to stop health misinformation in its tracks. That includes asking everyone to raise their own bar for sharing health information.
Got to raise that bar for sharing health information. Yeah, I found a doctor that's telling me that there's some concerns when it comes to masking and maybe even the bacteria and some of the things that are on kids' masks and the issues of breathing and CO2 and how much they're taking in. And not only that, but what's going on with their mental stability with all of this. But I'm not allowed to say that, right? Because it doesn't go along with your truth. Not the truth, it's your truth.
By checking to make sure that it's backed by credible scientific sources. As we say in the advisory, if you're not sure, don't share.
Yeah, if you're not sure, don't share. I'm sure. I'm sharing. As a matter of fact, I have the doctor that's saying it. I'm pretty positive that the doctor has researched this, the science and the data. Oh, but it doesn't go with what Dr. Fauci said. So I got to stop doing that. Okay. So then he says this.
Here's the bottom line.
Yeah.
Misinformation is a threat to our health, and the speed, scale, and sophistication with which it is spreading is unprecedented. I will not hesitate to say that and to call for greater accountability and action to address health misinformation.
Okay, we got to have accountability, everybody.
A word about equity, though.
A word about what?
A word about equity, though.
I didn't ask about equity. Equity. Okay, here we go.
We recognize that equity must be at the center of our work to confront health misinformation. And here's why. Because unequal access to the healthcare system, education, and technology means that some people have more limited access to accurate information than others.
Let me stop right there, and there you go. So the Surgeon General is saying, listen, this misinformation, you see what happens here, because misinformation means that certain people, certain individuals aren't getting the information that they need to make sure they make the right choice. And if you put misinformation out there, then it's an issue of equity. And what's an issue of equity? It's an issue of what? Is it racism? Is that what it is? It's racist? Because a systemically racist society now that is putting out misinformation about what they're saying is misinformation, which I'm saying is science and data, but it doesn't agree with the experts now, is all of a sudden an issue of equity. Do you see where I'm going with this? So now equity is involved in the decisions when it comes to the information and the misinformation that's out there. So now all of a sudden, that's what? That's systemically racist. It's part of the racist society. Okay. Doesn't stop there. Again, equity demands race-based discrimination. Systemic racism has produced disparities between the racism because the system will only deepen these disparities by rewarding the wrong criteria. So you see where we're going here. Now, yesterday as well, at a press conference, the Biden administration announcing $3 billion in community grants as part of the American Rescue Plan. Anybody who applies for the grant has to, well, they have to demonstrate something. Hey, you wanted to figure that out? What do you think they have to demonstrate?
So our number one investment priority is...
Okay, wait, let me stop right there. Forgive me. This is the Biden Commerce Secretary, Gina Raimondo, is talking about the $3 billion in community grants. You got to demonstrate something in order for you to get the cash. What is it?
So our number one investment priority is equity. And as our team decides this is a competitive grant process. By the way, I think that the fact of the competition will help communities to come together as a community and put their best ideas forward. In order to qualify to get the money, you have to prove to us that you'll have an equity lens.
You'll have an equity lens. In order to get the money, you have to have an equity lens, everybody. And by the way, can I just say this?
In order to qualify to get the money, you have...
In order to qualify to get the money. First of all, the arrogance. Again, here we go. It's the American people giving their hard-earned tax dollars over to the federal government, and the federal government gets to take your money and then go, hey, you know what? If you want some of this, if you need some of this, I'll tell you what, you got to demonstrate that you are, what? That you're not racist? You're not part of a system that's systemically racist? Well, if it's systemically racist, then I guess I am. So we should tear it all down and we should start from scratch. Is that the suggestion there? There it is, the equity lens. Every time you hear the words equity, diversity, equity, inclusion, when you hear those words, everybody, that is critical race theory. That is what's going on. And that's the lens now that the federal government is doing things like describing you when it comes to the information that you're putting out there on social media that they're claiming is misinformation when it's not, because you got a doctor that's saying, hey, I've got the science and the data that's showing this. Here it is. Here's my paperwork. No, you can't do that because it's not what the Fauci and what the CDC and what others have said, because they're the all-knowing and the righteous. And then you have Biden administration and the Commerce Secretary, Raimondo, who's saying, listen, we got this $3 billion in community grants, part of the American Rescue Plan, and boy, you'd like to have some of that. You really need it, but you got to show us that equity is your number one goal here. Got to have that equity. I'm just telling you that it's something that you'll recognize when you hear the words. Listen for those words, because those words mean something in everything that's going on. You got to pick up on that. And once you see it, the way the left does this whole Republicans pounce, where they want to take away from the main story, Hunter Biden. There's a lot going on with the laptop and information and some things and art sales, and it seems kind of shady and a little bit of corruption going on here. But no, that's not the story. The story is Republicans are talking about it, and they pounce on this story as if it's real. It is. There's an issue here. And how we need to look at these words, recognize them, see them, and when we hear them, know where it's coming from and know what they're trying to do, and especially with our kids in schools. We're keeping an eye on this, and I know you are too. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching there at the website, at Drew Steele Radio on YouTube. You can go there as well. And please go to the website, DrewSteele.com, because there you can subscribe to the podcast, and we appreciate that. All right, coming up, skinny dipping in Florida. Hey, you allowed to skinny dip in other people's pools? One Florida woman decided to do that, and it didn't go very well. Also, we'll find out more about some changes with the NFL and some of the things that they're doing. Sports is getting really well, everybody likes politics and sports. They belong together. It's like apple pie and something else. All right, let's find out what's going on with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. Keeping an eye on a crash along I-75 southbound near the Alico Road exit, mile marker 128. So watch out for some activity out there. Also keeping an eye on a crash at State Road 82 and Daniels Parkway. That's a hit and run. No injuries reported, but it looks like a little roadblock. Some delays eastbound and westbound along 82. Also have a crash in East Naples at Santa Barbara Boulevard with northbound roadblock right at the intersection of Radio Road. So either take Livingston or Collier Boulevard northbound to get around that closure. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Friday, Southwest Florida. Get ready for another hot and humid day today with temperatures soaring into the middle 90s. Look out for spotty storms for this afternoon and even into this evening with a very mild Friday night ahead as temperatures only cool into the upper 70s by Saturday morning. Slightly higher rain chances as we head into both Saturday and Sunday with a little bit more cloud cover with highs dipping back into the lower 90s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
Manufactured in the USA, Plantation Shutters for You is the best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Built to last forever. They will not be undersold. Start with a free consultation. PlantationShuttersForYou.com. And God bless everyone.
Hey, this is Papa with Casey, Carrie, and Cody. And as most of you know, when Irma hit in September of 2017, thousands of people tried unsuccessfully to call a roofing company, but all the roofers were so overwhelmed they could not handle or even answer those calls. Now here we are, 4 years later, and many of those same people are still waiting to have their roofs repaired. So we are implementing our proactive list. If you want to be on our list, call me for our free tolerance inspection. Once we inspect your roof, you will be on the proactive list. If or when the next storm hits, you will have no need to call any roofer because we will be calling you automatically to see if you need help. We can offer emergency repairs and tarp service or whatever your roof requires. Call Papa now for our free tolerance inspection, 945-2700. We believe it's wise to be proactive and it costs you nothing to join our list. Call Papa for our free tolerance inspection at 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Area code 239-945-2700. License number CCC 1326213.
Mason Classical Academy is excited to announce the recent purchase of the Hodges University building for their new high school campus. Conveniently located off I-75 and Immokalee Road, this state-of-the-art campus will set the stage to prepare high schoolers for college by delivering a high-quality classical education. Mason Classical Academy's established proven track record is in high demand, so sign up now to take advantage of this tuition-free educational opportunity. This high school campus is second to none, including high-tech science and computer labs and state-of-the-art classrooms. MCA offers many extracurricular activities, a robust athletics program, and a full-time college advisor. MCA promotes virtue, patriotism, and an accurate portrayal of American history. Do you crave such an education for your high schooler? If so, Mason Classical Academy is the answer. Learn the true, do the good, love the beautiful. Learn more and enroll by visiting masonacademy.com today.
Jason and Todd believe in value. They're direct diamond importers and hand select each diamond directly from the cutters. By cutting out the middlemen, the Diamond District offers the best quality diamonds at the lowest prices, and they pass that savings on to you.
At the Diamond District.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
I waited till we spun over and then I quickly took it off of me because I didn't know if it was going to hurt me. The seagull just flew away and the only thing that happened to me was a little tiny cut. That was all. It just happened so quick.
It just happened so quick. Did you hear about this? It's a viral video of a seagull that flew right in the face of a teenage girl on the spring shot ride in Wildwood, New Jersey, on the shores of New Jersey at some place called Morey's Piers. And she pulled it off quickly and then it flew away and all she got was a little cut. That happened before, right? Didn't somebody in Orlando, weren't they on some kind of ride? Wasn't they... oh, gosh, I can't believe it's not Butter Guy. Who was that, Jake? The I can't believe it's not Butter Guy got hit in the face with a bird, and he was a manly man looking dude, and he was on the ride and got hit, and unfortunately, I guess it busted his nose up.
Fabio.
That's it, Fabio, right? Wasn't he the I can't believe it's not Butter Guy? Did you know it was Fabio because I said the I can't believe it's not Butter Guy, or did you Was it the butter thing that made you know that, or when I?
I'm a Google speed shooter.
It's the Google speech, the Google machine. Oh, that's great. So that girl, yeah. So she got hit in the face with the seagull. She's fine. Everything is good. They're on the shores of New Jersey at Wildwood Pier, at a pier in Wildwood, and just pulled it off, and the seagull flew away. So a magical story of an animal getting in an unfortunate situation, and for all the animal rights people out there, the animal's absolutely fine, flew away, no problem. She's got a little cut, and a valuable lesson for kids, I think. Kids, a very valuable lesson. Don't go to New Jersey. Just don't do it. There's it's New Jersey. It's just there's no reason to go. It's just not worth it. There's plenty of beaches around here, plenty of places. Just don't bother. Just stay here and save yourself some money. And it's probably really expensive. All right. When we come back in just a bit, there's a lot of music news lately. Eric Clapton's in the news. Johnny Rotten from the Sex Pistols is in the news. The former lead singer of Stained is in the news. Who's the former lead singer of Stained? Who is that? What's his name, Jake? Jake the Millennial? You know who that is, right? The former lead singer of Stained?
I mean, I'm looking at him.
Okay, well, tell me his name.
I can't.
Okay. Anyway, there's a lot of music news coming up in case you missed it. People kind of pushing back on cancel culture, on mandatory vaccinations and masks and all kinds of stuff.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Great news, Southwest Florida. Matt and Justin here with Island Air.
Over the past year and a half, we know that many people have sacrificed their vacations.
We know that replacing your air conditioning system is a stressful purchase. Usually it's something that you didn't plan on, very inconvenient, always seems to happen at the worst time. And we were trying to find a way to ease that burden.
Decisions. Do I buy an air conditioner? Do I take a vacation? For a limited time, Island Air is offering you both in one package.
Call Island Air and get that outdated system replaced, and included with your purchase, you will get a vacation voucher of your choosing.
It's your choice with a qualified purchase of a cruise or condo resort voucher. You can choose 4,500 different resort options, 106 countries around the world.
A vacation can be yours with the purchase of a new air conditioning system. Call us today to find out more details on how to claim your voucher for a limited time. Call 239-466-8668.
Call 466-8668 for more details.
License number CAC 057544.
Sales desk, Marty speaking.
Hey, you got your shades on, Marty?
Shades on? What? For what?
Well, the huge savings at Victory Lane are sensational.
That's cute. Ha.
They got new Chevy Silverados with thousands off.
Yeah, look, I can do 1,000 off too, my friend.
I said thousands, plural with an S, Marty.
I know how to spell, all right?
What can you spell? Fowler and Winkler?
What's Fowler and Winkler got to do with it?
That's where Chevys cost less and people get sensational savings.
Oh, boy.
With no high-pressure sales tactics.
High pressure. Listen, I don't have to take all this from you.
Oh, I see you can dish it out, but you can't take it. Summer's here and the savings are sensational at Victory Lane Chevrolet. New 2021 Silverado 1500s, thousands off MSRP. Or choose 0% for 72 months on select new Chevy models. And you won't get burned with our gold 100% credit approval. Don't miss sensational savings at Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads online, victorylanechevrolet.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined. Dealer retains all rebates. Expires 7/31/21.
Celebrate your accomplishments with a previously enjoyed Rolex watch from Duncan's Diamonds. From sporty to dress models.
Hi, I'm Stuart Duncan, and here at Duncan's Diamonds, we have the finest previously enjoyed Rolexes available.
We make the process easy, beginning with the guidance of our expert consultants.
Why buy a new Rolex at full price when you can buy the exact same watch, only a few years older, certified, fixed up, refurbished with a 2-year warranty, and at a third of the price or less? And our knowledgeable staff will make your experience as memorable as your timepiece. Come to Duncan's Diamonds today and leave confident you will receive the highest quality at the best possible prices. We will not be undersold by anyone, anytime, anywhere, and you can count on that.
Duncan's Diamonds. Come celebrate with the Rolex of your dreams. Naples at Mercado, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Fort Myers on US 41. Find your own one-of-a-kind jewelry.
Fox News, and I'm Chris Foster.
Competition has already started, and now the Summer Olympics opening ceremony is underway in Tokyo, Japan, in a stadium with no spectators.
Tokyo is hosting the Games under a state of emergency, with coronavirus case numbers rising. USA team officials estimate around 83% of American athletes have been vaccinated against COVID-19. That leaves around 100 who haven't.
But 83% is actually a substantial number. We were quite happy with that.
The US Olympic Committee's chief medical officer, Jonathan Finoff. Simon Owen, Fox News.
People ran or ducked under sidewalk restaurant tables as 2 people are shot and wounded on a street in Washington, D.C.
It appears at this time that at least one of those individuals was the target of the shooting. The other individual is possibly an innocent bystander.
D.C. Police Chief Robert Conti is asking for any video people may have of the shooter and the getaway car. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic. Wink Weather Authority.
Well, get ready for another hot and humid day for your Friday. Temperatures topping off in the middle 90s today. However, with that humidity, the heat index ranging between 100 to as high as 109 degrees. Look out for spotty storms, especially focus inland throughout this afternoon, though another line of storms will be possible as we head into this evening. Look out for that for your Friday evening plans. Very mild and muggy as we head into tonight. Temperatures waking up in your Saturday only managing to reach into the upper 70s before back into lower 90s for the afternoon. Slightly cooler for both Saturday and Sunday, at least compared to what we've had over the past couple days as we usher in higher chances for rain and thunderstorms for both Saturday and Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
From smartphones and TVs to desktops, laptops, and tablets.
Every audio device in this hemisphere.
All you have to do is tell your smart device to play 92.5 Fox News.
NCH Heart Institute is home to the most experienced and most dedicated team of physicians and nurses in Southwest Florida. Over the past 30 years, NCH Heart Institute has mastered the quality, the care, and the holistic patient experience that can only be found within a nationally ranked heart institute. Caring for a patient, mind, heart, and body. That's the cornerstone of our critical care team, which ranks in the top 2% of all hospitals in America. NCH Heart Institute, at the heart of what matters most.
Ty Lassiter here, managing partner and CEO of Key City Capital. I think we can all admit that our origin has a lot of importance in what we will become. Many of you didn't originate from Florida, but you have come here, and that choice has altered your path for the rest of your life, especially how much taxes you pay if you came here from the Northeast. So what is Key City Capital's origin? Why did we choose to move to Southwest Florida? Our mission is to connect capital to wealth through passive real estate and alternative investments. Very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors. For over 10 years, we have never missed a monthly interest payment to our partners, and we have never lost a penny of our investors' capital. That is history you can build and rely on.
If you're looking for significant returns from real estate and alternative investments, call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, I strive to offer the highest level of care for those suffering with back and neck problems. With unparalleled service and our award-winning non-surgical spinal decompression approach, thousands of people have chosen us to treat their back or neck problems. If you are seeking lasting relief that is proven effective without needles or surgery, then call today to see if you may be a candidate. This completely safe treatment can be effective for many conditions, including sciatica, ruptured or herniated discs, facet syndrome, compressed nerves, arthritis, and spinal stenosis. Additionally, people who had failed back surgery in the past often find incredible relief from spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care, all our treatments are drug-free and non-surgical. We use new and comprehensive approaches that provide lasting relief. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
It's a new day, and it's coming at you fast. With Comcast Business, you'll have what you need to handle it, like the flexibility to control multiple Wi-Fi networks and the power to the nation's largest gig speed network. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. Trust our team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. We'll get it done right and get it done safely.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox.
Florida Governor DeSantis was talking about mask mandates for kids earlier this morning, and he said, we're not doing that in Florida. We need our kids to breathe. We need our kids to be able to be kids. He said it's terribly uncomfortable for them to do it. That obviously goes against the CDC guidance for kids under 12 who aren't vaccinated and what the president said last night. Is that putting kids in Florida at risk?
Well, as a parent myself, and I know you are one, if I were a parent in Florida, that would be greatly concerning to me. Because kids under the age of 12 are not vaccinated. They're not eligible yet.
Let me stop right there. That's Jen Psaki yesterday when being asked about the Governor DeSantis. Boy, is he getting into her head. Mask mandates and how we're just not going to do it here in the state. The governor said this, and she's just like, oh, yeah, I'm concerned about it. Well, of course the White House is going to say that they're concerned about anything that happens here in the state of Florida because Governor DeSantis is going to run not only for re-election in 22, but, of course, 24. There's the opportunity for him to run for president of the United States, and boy, are they worried about that. So any dinging and damage that they think that they can do, you know they're going to go for it. We're going to talk more about this coming up in just a few more minutes. Specifically about the mask mandates and whether or not you believe it's time to mask the kids up back in our schools here in Southwest Florida, and how the governor has talked about this yesterday, and he's saying we're not going to do it. It's just not going to happen. But there's more news that has to do with COVID a lot, including one story which I'm not sure I understand. Why are House Democrats blocking COVID origin declassification bill? Why would they block a GOP bill which would require the DNI, Director of National Intelligence, to declassify information related to the U.S. government's investigations into the Wuhan coronavirus pandemic? And in particular, what role the Wuhan Institute of Virology may have played in the outbreak. Why would they do that? All right, well, that's coming up. Again, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching there at Drew Steele Radio on YouTube and subscribing to the podcast. If you go to drewsteele.com, you can subscribe right there. So a couple of things that are going on in the music world. There is a little bit of pushback as well. And I don't know if you heard about this. Speaking of masking and vaccinations and mandatory masks, and who knows about mandatory vaccinations and vaccine passports. Well, Eric Clapton had something to say about that. He let his fans know that, listen, just to you all understand, he's not going to play any venues that require audience members to be vaccinated before attending concerts. He spurred on the comment after the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson said that starting in September, concert halls and stadiums are going to require fans to provide proof of being vaccinated against the virus before being allowed to attend the event. And Clapton's like, yeah, I'm not really sure I'm with that. So he said, following the Prime Minister's announcement on Monday, the 19th of July, I feel honor-bound to make an announcement of my own. I wish to say that I will not perform on any stage where there is a discriminated audience present. Unless there's provision made for all people to attend, I reserve the right to cancel the show. How about that? A little bit of pushback from Eric Clapton. And I'm sure there are a lot of places in the United States where they'd be like, come on, bring it here. Eric Clapton and Van Morrison in the state of Florida. You could do the whole state. You could do multiple cities in the state of Florida. I'm sure there are lots of people who would like to see Eric Clapton. The Sex Pistols rocker Johnny Rotten, this is from Breitbart. He told Disney, yeah, if you want to use my songs, no, I'm not about that. He's going to block the band song from being used in any Disney series. He stopped one of his songs from being played in a Netflix drama. And now he's like, yeah, it's just, he disagrees with it, just doesn't want to do it. It's my life. It's my history. I didn't write these songs to be given off to nonsense, is what he said. So a little bit of pushback there. Yeah, you don't just get to use it. And as a matter of fact, I don't agree with maybe some of what you're putting out there. And so for whatever reason with the pushback, the idea is that there is pushback. And some that are being canceled. Some musicians lately that have been canceled for, let's just say, once you hear the song, you may understand possibly why they're being canceled. Jake the Millennial can tell you about Aaron. Is it Aaron Lewis?
Aaron Lewis.
Aaron Lewis is the former lead singer of a group called Stained.
Stained, correct.
Now, if you don't know about Stained, just know this. They had one humongous hit. Was it called Been a While? Is that the song?
Yep.
And it played on every top 40, every rock station. That song crossed genres at a time when a lot of rock songs were doing that. Remember Nickelback? Remember every song on the radio was, if you listen to radio, every pop station, every rock station had Nickelback, and he had what, 80 different hits? I mean, I don't know, like a gajillion different hit songs from Nickelback to the point where it's like, I can't even look at this guy's face anymore. It was just way too much, right?
Chad Kruger.
Yeah, and it got to the point where it was Nickelback was cool, and then all of a sudden it was like, you like Nickelback? If you can't come over my house, you're canceled. You're absolutely canceled. I can't even have you over for barbecue. Done. Not even going to give you. I'm not going to feed your kids either. I'm not going to do anything. Yeah, it got that crazy.
It still is.
It still kind of is a little bit. So Aaron Lewis angers the left with a song, and look at the record label. And the record label, good for them, said, listen. It doesn't make a difference what the artist says. We sign songs, we think they're good songs. Why would we stop, whether it's a conservative song or a liberal song, or if they're talking about politics or they're talking about, why would we drop them from a label because you say you don't like the song? And of course, that's exactly what happened. He had this song that he put out that's called Am I the Only One? It was released just before July 4th. And apparently, it has been doing pretty well. It's, what is it? In the country music genre, it's entered Billboard charts at #1 for digital music. And it says there has been 4 million streams on the track in just the past week alone. That was last week. And that's before the song goes to country. And why are you making a face like that? Jake's making a face because you're not a fan of the song. It's just a guitar and strings, and that's all it is. You want a little taste of the song? Here's a little taste of what the song says, and then maybe you can see why it was canceled. Getting the flavor of it. Oh, and by the way, he had something to say about liberal songwriters as well. Maybe this is what's angered so many people because he made this comment in the song. Now, granted, the song, if you're looking for it, just be ready because it has a couple of F-bombs and S-bombs in the song. So he's pretty passionate about what he's saying. He's angry, but at the same time. But good for the record label for saying, we're not taking this down. You don't like what he said about Springsteen. You don't like the words, the lyrics in the song. You don't like it's political. And you probably really don't like the fact that it's shooting up the charts digitally, #1 in the country music genre and getting ready to go to country music. And Scott Borchetta, who's the head of Big Machine, the record label, says he believes in the First Amendment. Hello. My job has never been to tell my artists what to sing or to write about. My job has always been about identifying unique talent with a unique voice and a unique point of view. Boom, there you go. So you've got some musicians out there who are pushing back a little bit about against cancel culture and some other things that are going on. So that's some positive news. You're going to listen to the whole song, Jake? You're going to take a minute and take some time and actually listen to the song? You're just not big on guitars alone. You don't like that kind of thing, right? It has to be. Jake has to feel like every time he walks into a car, he's in a nightclub.
No, realistically, my attention span is just very short. It's 4.5 minutes long. The majority of music I listen to is maybe 1:50, roughly.
Yeah,
So.
that's right. The TikTok songs. I forgot about that. You're a big Baby Shark guy. That's what it is. It's the kind of, you just got to get to the point. All I need is the shark and a hook. That's it. Just give me 15 seconds on TikTok, and I'm rocking out. That's it. Just kind of. Is that what you do? Is that what the kids do on TikTok? They just kind of 15 seconds, 25 seconds. That's just give me the songs in little. Maybe
That's extremely accurate. Yeah.
Why don't they just have a radio station that just plays the hooks? I just came up with an idea. That's what we're doing. We're going to ask here in the building, in the palatial studios here. I'm going to go upstairs today, and I'm going to ask if we can open up a station called Hook 103. I don't know. We'll pick a number, or 104, or 105, or 110, or whatever.
It might be 92.5. Be careful.
Okay, we'll just call it the Hook Station, and that's all it is. We're just going to play hooks. It's just the hooks of every song. Here's a hook from Aaron Lewis from Stain, 5 seconds. Here's a hook from, I don't know, pick an artist. Carrie Underwood, here's a hook. I'm just going to play hooks. That's it. Nothing else. Not the whole song. We're just going to give you 5 seconds of every song. And Jake will be the happiest person in the world.
I would tune in.
You know, the scary part is it's actually a genius idea. And I'm going to go upstairs and ask him. I am. I'm doing it.
Make sure you get like some kind of commission or something.
I'm not going to get any commission. Barely get paid. What are you talking about? All right, 239-479-5592. That is the talk and text line. DrewSteele.com is the website. That's where we stream. You can watch at the website. You can go to YouTube at Drew Steele Radio. Watch there as well. And you can subscribe to the podcast at Drew Steele Radio. Thank you for doing that. It is time right now. It's the Friday edition, which is exactly the same as the rest of the week. The Friday edition of Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. We will call it for caller number 5 today at 239-479-5592 if you would like to play. Play Drew's College. You'll win. And let's have a little bit of fun on this Friday, Jake Day. It's Daybreak 92.5. Fox News right all along. There's Teresa O'Shea. She's got your traffic.
Good morning. Heading out through Collier County. Still watching a crash at Santa Barbara Boulevard and Radio Road with injuries and northbound roadblocks. So you can take Livingston or Collier Boulevard as an alternate to Santa Barbara to get around that northbound closure. We also have a disabled vehicle at Immokalee Road and Oil Well Road. And another crash we're watching in Immokalee at Immokalee Drive and North 18th Street. Keep an eye out for a crash also heading through Daniels Parkway and State Road 82 in Fort Myers. No injuries there, but a little bit of roadblocks still on State Road 82. Tracking delays eastbound and westbound at that intersection. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Friday, Southwest Florida. Get ready for another hot and humid day today with temperatures soaring into the middle 90s. Look out for spotty storms for this afternoon and even into this evening with a very mild Friday night ahead as temperatures only cool into the upper 70s by Saturday morning. Slightly higher rain chances as we head into both Saturday and Sunday with a little bit more cloud cover with highs dipping back into the lower 90s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
You know, there are very few companies that stand out from the rest, and there's always a reason why. And I can tell you with Pentair Water Solutions, there is a reason why. And it has to do with their Pentair water test, their digital water test that you can get right now. Get your free digital Pentair water test by calling the pros. Pelican Water is now Pentair Water Solutions. So here's their number, 239-880-7799. Here's the thing. They use the same equipment as the EPA. That's right. And you can see the results print out right in front of you for a recommendation that you know that you can trust. That is the big difference. Give them a call, 239-880-7799. Get rid of that chlorine, ugly lime scale iron, even lead. Have my buddy Max, a uniformed Pentair water specialist, come over, find and handle the toughest water issues you have in your house. And right now, through July 30th, you can save $199 on your whole home water system. So why not call now? Here's the number. 239-880-7799 or book online at pelicanwestfl.com and get your free digital Pentair water test today.
At Naples Nissan, when we say we'll do whatever it takes, that's exactly what we mean. Hey, Southwest Florida, Aaron Walker here. Nissan has given us another big number to hit, and we're going to do whatever it takes to make it happen. Need a loan, but have bad credit? We'll do whatever it takes to get you that loan. Just tell us how much you want for your trade-in. We'll do whatever it takes to get it for you. Would you like to go payment-free until 2022? You got it. Would you like 0% financing for up to 5 years? No problem. Or maybe you'd like $5,000 cash in your hand. Hey, we'll make it happen. We've got over 400 new cars on our lot. Pick out your favorite at naplesnissan.com. Then come see us on Pine Ridge Road, exit 107 off I-75, and let us do whatever it takes so that you can drive it home today. All offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, Jerry's in Cape Coral. Hi, Jerry.
Hi.
Hi. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Are you ready to play?
Oh, I hope I do as well as that young man that yesterday or the day before, he got a PhD.
Yeah, simple yes would have been fine there, Jerry. All right, so here we go. Your associate's degree question starts right now. Hey, Jerry, who was the vice president of the United States in the year 1997?
Al Gore.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. You remember Ron DeSantis in 2018 victorious as the governor of the state of Florida, right? Remember that whole race?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, who did he run against? Who was the Democrat?
The Democrat. Oh, man, that's a tough one because Charlie Crist, he beat him in the primary and then he switched as an independent. So who's the Democrat?
Well, the answer, it's Andrew Gillum. Andrew Gillum. Remember Andrew Gillum?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that
Andrew
guy.
Gillum. You're right.
I hope I'm right. Otherwise, it would really mess this show up. Okay.
Yeah. He was the mayor of Tallahassee, and he was terrible.
Hey, can we give? He was the mayor of Tallahassee, and he was terrible. Hey, could we give him the bachelor's for that? We can give you points for that. Yeah, we can give you a bachelor's for that because that was a very astute. All right. So you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this very question. Okay, who was the first Republican president in the history of the United States? Was it Abraham Lincoln, John Adams, or William Howard Taft?
It might have been John Adams.
It was actually Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was the first, actually.
Oh, man.
No, it's all right.
Okay.
Don't you worry. We're learning, and we're moving on. Let's see if we get a master's degree on this question. How many people are there in the U.S. House of Representatives? How many U.S. House members are there?
435.
I didn't even have to give you multiple choice. That is correct. Well, congratulations. See how you came back strong? That's what life is all about, Jerry. It's about sometimes you stumble and fall, but ultimately you wipe off.
I should have known the Lincoln. Sorry.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say something very profound. It's about the wiping off of your shins and you move on. See how that works?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel better, or where are you, by the way, Jerry? What's going on back there? I hear beeping.
I'm in Lowe's.
Oh, you know what? That's what we love. We love that even when you're walking around giant box stores like Lowe's and you're getting ready to buy getting ready to buy a what, Jerry?
Masonry cement. Got to put up some blocks.
You better believe it. When you got to have that masonry cement now, you also got to be listening to Drew's College of Political Knowledge. You're not putting that phone down, right, Jerry?
No, I'm not. I'm going right to the car and listen to it some more.
Well, we appreciate that. And congratulations with that master's degree. Listen, stand proud.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, he will. There he is, in Lowe's, standing proud. I always worry about those beeping sounds because that means something's backing up in Lowe's. You know what that means. It's a good thing they make those aisles really big. When I hear that beeping sound, I was like, all right, everybody out. Move out of the way. Yeah, they definitely. Okay, moving on. All right, 239-479-5592. Subscribe to the podcast. We appreciate it. Just go to drewsteele.com. The link is there. Oh, when we come back, the NFL, what are they doing now? They're not mask mandating here in the state of Florida. Ron DeSantis said it. What's going on with that? The latest there and more coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Dave Spano from Annex Wealth Management. Life is feeling more like it used to. Things we missed are coming back. A family visit, time with friends, a trip to someplace special. In putting things in order, Annex can be your partner when it comes to investment and retirement planning so you can turn your attention to what really matters, living your best life. There's so many moving pieces when it comes to proper planning. Spend your time doing things that bring you joy. A trip to annexwealth.com is the place to start. Click the Get Started button. We'll take a look at your current investments and see what works and what doesn't. From there, we'll present unbiased advice with the goal of creating an investment and retirement plan for you and your family that includes tax and estate planning. This is important and time is precious. Partner with a local fee-only fiduciary. That's Annex Wealth Management, annexwealth.com.
Struggling with CPAP? Now there's Inspire, the only FDA-approved obstructive sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body to treat the root cause of sleep apnea with just the click of a button. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Visit InspireSleep.com to learn more.
Serving Southwest Florida since 1977. To learn more and schedule an appointment, visit firstclassairconditioning.com.
First Class Air Conditioning. Our name says it all.
Hurricane season is here, and there's a lot we need to do to prepare our homes. It's important not to forget about electrical safety. From generators to surge protectors, Mr. Sparky is here for you before, during, and after the storm to provide the best in electrical care. Give us a call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated. Licensed in their respective state or county.
Grandpa Joe doesn't want voter ID, but Uncle Sam says we have to do a station ID. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
They're parading around an empty stadium. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Athletes from more than 200 countries at the Tokyo Olympics opening ceremony with no crowd because of a spike in COVID cases in Japan. First Lady Jill Biden is there after talking virtually to some of the American athletes.
Becoming an Olympian is a rare accomplishment in a normal time.
But you did it during a global pandemic.
13 Olympians have tested positive for COVID, 2 of them Americans. Here in the U.S., the number of new cases topped 50,000 for the third time in 4 days, which hasn't happened since April. President Biden again urging the unvaccinated to get a shot, saying, while it isn't a guarantee you won't get COVID,
if you catch it, you're likely to, the overwhelming proof so far is you're not going to be hospitalized, you're not going to be sick.
1 in 5 recent COVID cases are in Florida, where Republican Governor Ron DeSantis says
there's been talk about potentially people advocating at the federal level imposing compulsory masks on kids. We're not doing that in Florida.
The White House says that's concerning to parents. Mississippi's made its anti-abortion case to the Supreme Court, trying to overturn Roe v. Wade. Fox's Tanya J. Powers has more live.
Dave, Mississippi's Republican Attorney General Lynn Fitch argues that the Supreme Court should overturn its 1973 ruling that legalized abortion and instead let states decide whether to regulate it. It's a direct challenge not just to Roe v. Wade, but also to a 1992 Supreme Court ruling in a Pennsylvania abortion case. The case is the first of big abortion rights tests since the seating of 3 conservative Supreme Court justices by the Trump administration. Critics include Nancy Northrup, who's the president and CEO for the Center for Reproductive Rights, and says her group will fight to keep abortion legal. Dave.
Earlier this week, an Arkansas abortion law was struck down by a federal judge. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Heading out through Collier County. Still watching a crash at Santa Barbara Boulevard and Radio Road with injuries and northbound roadblocks. So you can take Livingston or Collier Boulevard as an alternate to Santa Barbara to get around that northbound closure. We also have a disabled vehicle at Immokalee Road and Oil Well Road. And another crash we're watching in Immokalee at Immokalee Drive and North 18th Street. Keep an eye out for a crash also heading through Daniels Parkway and State Road 82 in Fort Myers. No injuries there, but a little bit of roadblocks still on State Road 82. Tracking delays eastbound and westbound at that intersection. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, get ready for another hot and humid day for your Friday. Temperatures topping off in the middle 90s today. However, with that humidity, the heat index range between 100 to as high as 109 degrees. Look out for spotty storms, especially focus inland throughout this afternoon, though another line of storms will be possible as we head into this evening. Look out for that for your Friday evening plans. Very mild and muggy as we head into tonight. Temperatures waking up in your Saturday only managing to reach into the upper 70s before back into lower 90s for the afternoon. Slightly cooler for both Saturday and Sunday, at least compared to what we've had over the past couple days as we usher in higher chances for rain and thunderstorms for both Saturday and Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
I won't give up the ship.
Talking about what matters.
This country is too great to throw over to communism. I love it.
92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to manufacture and install your windows. Only New South offers true factory direct windows to you. Only New South has award-winning windows that are made and designed specifically for our Florida weather. Every single New South window is custom manufactured just for your home. These are high-performance, energy-efficient windows, and now you can buy 2 windows and get the third absolutely free. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com or call for your factory direct pricing.
Call now, 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
I'm Harvey Massey. At Massey Services, we know every lawn is unique and requires customized care. That's why our environmental approach includes aeration, which allows water and nutrients to reach the roots of your lawn, as well as an irrigation program which ensures proper coverage and reduces water waste. With Massey's Green Up program, you'll enjoy a healthy and a beautiful lawn year-round. That's Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Look and feel your best with Dr. Patrick Flaherty, hosted by me, Gina Birch. Want to hear the latest from an expert? Tune in Saturday at 10 a.m. and hear all the latest innovations in non-surgical, surgical, and lifestyle ideas to help you look and feel your best. Dr. Patrick Flaherty is known for his faces, the fabulous Azul Spa, and now you get your hour with this doctor every Saturday at 10 a.m. Dr. Patrick Flaherty's show is Look and Feel Your Best, hosted by me, Gina Birch. Tune in this Saturday at 10 a.m. and hear how to look and feel your best.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, managing partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad you are here. Thank you so much. We are humbled that you start your day with this program each and every day. Thank you, thank you. It really does mean a lot. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, drewsteele.com. Steele has 3 E's. That's the website there you can watch. You can also go to YouTube at Drew Steele Radio. We are still there. And subscribe to the podcast. The link is at drewsteele.com. It's right there for you. Boy, Joe Biden popped off about something. It had to do with sucking blood from kids. What in the world is he talking about? We're going to get to that in just a second. And also, isn't it nice when you have somebody who is so incredibly honest about what is going on in the state of Florida and in the country? And isn't it nice when that particular person is running here in the state of Florida to be the next governor of the state in 22 against Ron DeSantis with definitely a slogan and the way that they're going to run and what they're running on is
marijuana.
Yeah, that would be Nikki Fried. Wait till you hear what Nikki Fried just said. A little moment of honesty for everybody, and I love it. I mean, I'm not a fan of Nikki Fried, and
marijuana.
Not really a fan of that either. But I mean, it is what it is. But we'll get to what she said in just a second. And also the NFL. What does the NFL have to say about the unvaccinated, the unwashed? They've got a question that they're saying, well, they have an answer, and I have a question to their answer about what's going to happen to NFL teams if there are unvaccinated players out there that cause a COVID outbreak. I guess maybe it's just a general question. Maybe it's not that big a deal. I mean, it's a big deal in and of itself, but maybe the answer to the question isn't. All right. So let's get to this part. First of all, why is Joe Biden doing this? What is he talking about? It's just getting more strange by the minute. Joe Biden and his existence as president of the United States at this moment in his life, and the fact that, Lunch Bucket Joe was never really Lunch Bucket Joe. He was always a big progressive, but he kind of made it seem like he was a moderate, or either that, or he has always been a moderate, and all of a sudden right now he was told, hey, listen, Joe, you want to be president of the United States? Let us pull the string. I mean, let us tell you what you should be doing. And as long as you let us do that, the progressive far left wing, the Bernie Sanders and the AOCs and the like, and let them do what they do.
This is what you do.
This is what they do. Then everything will be just fine. The question really is he okay? Seriously. So Joe Biden doesn't like a question that he's being asked. If any other president of the United States with an R after their name didn't like a question, they would never be able to walk away and say something completely and utterly ridiculous to the press. They would make sure that they get that answer some way, somehow, but not Joe Biden. So I guess Joe Biden was asked about, is he doing his job when it comes to a lot of issues with the party, congressional members, high level, who have been stumping for defunding the police for a very, very long time. There is a big question about this and defunding the police. So as he's getting ready to, as he steps up to the press and he's getting ready to step into the White House from a trip, the question is being asked.
Are there people who, in the Democratic Party, who want to be president?
Are there people in the Republican Party who think we're sucking the blood out of kids?
I'm not sure. Are there people in the Democratic Party who want to...
What? So the question was, are there people in the Democrat Party who want to defund the police? And his answer is...
Are there people in the Republican Party who think we're sucking the blood out of kids?
Are there people in the Republican Party who think that we're sucking the blood out of kids? Even Jake is like, that's a typical comeback. I mean, is...
I didn't, but I kind of do now.
Yeah, well, you think that Republicans are sucking the blood out of kids?
No, I don't think that the Republicans are saying that, but I mean, they might. He seems pretty guilty.
I'm just asking the question. If you're a logical, common sense, coherent human being, and somebody asks you a question in politics like, well, the Democrats, high-level congressional members too, stumping for defunding the police, is your comeback something about sucking blood out of kids?
Are there people in the Republican Party who think we're sucking the blood out of kids?
I mean, now, either the answer is no, or maybe if you're 8, I mean, maybe my son and his friends might say, is that your bike? Is your mom sucking my blood? I mean, maybe that would be a comeback. It seems logical at that level, but there's something.
Are you a vampire?
Yeah, that kind of thing, right? Now, of course, there's no evidence ever that any high-level congressional members or anybody on the Democrat side has ever talked about defunding the police. It doesn't happen.
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
Oh, this just in. Yeah, they do.
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
Many affluent suburbs have essentially already begun pursuing a defunding of the police.
This movement is not new. This is about investment. I really consider it a refund.
Defunding police means defunding police.
We need to truly cut $1 billion in NYPD spending.
We have this super aggressive police department. So yes, defund your butts.
All right, we got it. Yeah. Lots of Democrats, lots on the left, lots of media personalities defunding the police. You better believe we're going to defund the police until, hey, how's the polling going? They don't want to defund the police? Yeah, we don't want to defund the police. We've never even said it. You can't even prove it. We just played video. It's on audio and video. Are you sucking my blood? Is that what you're doing now? Are you sucking the blood of kids? Is that? So that's what we have now. Republicans would never get away with this. Donald Trump as president of the United States would never get away with this. By the way, when you hear things like this, I know what you're thinking. Your first reaction is, man, I'm so glad we don't have those crazy tweets anymore, right? Isn't that it? Oh, I'm so happy we don't have to deal with the tweet maniac. Oh, the tweeting was just outrageous. Oh, we've got to we need a change. That's what we've got going on. Then we have to deal with the possibility that here we go again. We're gonna have the federal government telling us we got to mandate masking. We got to do it again. Here we go. The governor's like, yeah, we're not mandating masking here in the state of Florida. We're not doing it.
We look forward to this upcoming year to be a normal school year, be in person and live like normal and learn like normal kids. There's been talk about potentially people advocating at the federal level imposing compulsory masks on kids. We're not doing that in Florida, okay? We need our kids to breathe.
Yeah, we need them to breathe. We're not doing it. We're sorry. We're not doing it. And you have Jen Psaki, who's like, oh, this is an outrage. I can't believe that he's saying this. Being asked about those comments yesterday, and
well, as a parent myself, and I know you are one. If I were a parent in Florida, that would be greatly concerning to me. Because kids under the age of 12 are not vaccinated. They're not eligible yet.
Okay, well, let's just stop right there. Hey, if you're a parent of a child under 12, under 18, 239-479-5592, are you going to mask up your kids in school? If masks are optional, you going to do it or not? And I'm just saying this to you right now. Two things very, very, just quickly. Number one, as of right now, we have a lot of mask optional places, so you do have the option. The talk about the Delta variant and this spike in the cases and everything else and ramping up. Boy, the timing could not be better or worse, as the case may be, leading into the next school session and whether or not we're going to have to start talking about masking up our kids again. Of course, we're not allowed to talk about any of the science and data on the other side of that because it doesn't agree with the Fauci and everybody at the CDC and the likes. And I think that's an important aspect to this. But I'm wondering if you're going to do that, or are you going to push back and say, listen, it's not going to happen. I'm not doing it. So what are you going to do? You're going to kick us all out? You're going to kick everybody out of classrooms, of schools? Is that what you're going to do? Well, it's about the safety of the kids. How dare you say this? It's about their safety and it's about your safety. But what is the evidence? We don't have any evidence that masks work. Are we going to go through this again? The mask mandates, we know what they did. They didn't do anything. There was no difference between places that masked up and places that didn't. We already have this evidence. We already have some other evidence that's very important to understand. And again, I go back to Dan Bongino's great program yesterday, where he on his program was interviewing a doctor, Dr. Marty Makary, who's the Johns Hopkins University professor, and they were talking about the research that's been done, or the lack of it, when it comes to the 335 children that unfortunately have died due to COVID since the beginning of the pandemic. 335 children have died out of how many? And we don't like to look at it as numbers. No, and don't misunderstand what I'm saying here. Of course, every life is precious, and it's horrible. It's horrific when 1,200 children a year die of the flu. It's horrible. Car accidents and other things that have gone on in our lives where children have left us too soon. That's not what we're talking about here. If you're looking at the cases and the science and the data, and when he talks about how there's information that is missing, listen to this.
We're trying to figure out if any of the 335 deaths from COVID in kids under 18. By the way, that's a big definition, under 18. It's even smaller, under 12. Have any of them been healthy? I mean, when the CDC director goes up in front of Congress, which is the only time she gets hard questions, and Fauci, otherwise it's just softball watermelon questions at every single media outlet. When they get the hard questions, how about put this in front of them? How many of those kids were healthy? How can they not tell us in a pandemic when we're making these big decisions?
How can they not tell us? How do they not know? Why are we not hearing that? Out of the 335 deaths under the age of 12 or 18, well, yeah. Why is it that we're not hearing about the health conditions of those children individually? Obesity, comorbidities. Why are we not hearing that? That's important in all of this, is it not? All right, Chris is in L.A., wanted to weigh in on this. Hey, Chris.
Hey, buddy, what's up?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, man, I got a 15-year-old daughter that wore a mask all last year to school, man, and I was happy to hear that Governor DeSantis said no mask this year, and so is she, and if they try to do it, I'm glad DeSantis sticking to his guns, but my kid's not wearing a mask.
Yeah,
she's not getting vaccinated either. So.
And look, these are your choices. You've weighed the options. You understand the health of your child. You understand a lot of different issues. I'm sure you've done research and checked all of this out. You're certainly, Chris, tell me you're not doing this just because you're trying to be anti-Fauci or CDC or Biden. You're not making politics out of this. You've done this, and you're doing this, and you've made this decision because you have done the research and you've looked into it, and you've done research into the science and the data, and you've come to this conclusion. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
That's an important aspect to this, Chris. We've got to be on the same page, right? When it comes to this, we're not doing what they're doing. We're not making this a political issue. We're making this about the science and the data. And thanks for the call. I appreciate it. Aaron's in Naples. Hey, Aaron.
Hey, morning.
Hey, morning.
Yeah, so I've got an 8-year-old son, and he was masked all year last year. This year, when DeSantis said that, I gave him the option. And I talked to him and said, how do you feel about it? Do you want to wear the mask or do you want to not wear it? I said, because in my eyes, I really don't think you need it. And he agreed with me and said, yeah, I don't want to wear it, because he was getting constant calls from the school last year being severe ADD, that he would fall asleep in class and stuff like that from overheating from his mask.
Oh, boy.
And so he's like, I'm done with it. I don't want to wear it anymore. And I said, I agree with you. We don't need to wear it.
Boy, Aaron, so many aspects of this, right, that we don't talk about, whether it's the amount of CO2 somebody's breathing in or the fact that the kids are constantly touching the mask. They fall off. They fall on the ground. The families in Gainesville that researched this with a lab at the University of Florida to find out all of this bacteria and things on the mask that I hate to even describe. It's awful what they were able to find. And thanks for the call, by the way, and I appreciate it. RationalGround.com has the article and the analysis. They report, remember, 5 masks that were contaminated. They sent 6 face masks to UF. They checked them out, and 5 of the masks had bacteria, parasites, fungi, including 3 with dangerous pathogenic and pneumonia-causing bacteria. I mean, it was awful, some of the things that they found on. And listen, it's anecdotal, right? It's only 6 masks. But the fact is that there's a lot of evidence to show and to say that when kids drop it, they go to the bathroom, they touch their face, they're constantly pulling it. You know all of that, plus a lot of the other issues. But the point is just like what Aaron was talking about. Listen, you've got the option. If this is what you want to do, then by all means, you go ahead and do it. It's about having that choice. And that choice is not based on politics. That choice is because people have made the decision to go to outlets that they trust, to go places, to look at what doctors have said, to look at the body of evidence that is in front of them, and to be able to make their own decision. Because they understand that people like the NIH and the CDC and a lot of bureaucracies out there are not out necessarily all the time 100% for the best interest of the people. Just ask the American Federation of Teachers. You really think the teachers' unions, I'm not talking about teachers, but the teachers' unions, you think they have the best in mind for the kids? You really think it's all about the kids? That's what they care about? So yeah, we have questions, and then when we find the answers, we make our own decisions on that, and good for you. 239-479-5592. When we come back, we have the top 5 audio clips of the day, the 5 at 8:35. We have Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com, joins us every Friday, so we're looking forward to that. On the way next, Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here, 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's a new day, and it's coming at you fast. It could be the day your workforce doubles, or the day your visitors quadruple. With Comcast Business, you'll have what you need to take on every twist and turn, like the flexibility to control multiple Wi-Fi networks from anywhere, and the power of the nation's largest gig speed network, the one that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a great offer for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Want even more speed? Ask how to get up to 10 gigs for your small business. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 35 megabits per second internet and 1 voice line. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Compares Comcast Business 10 gig EDI with AT&T 1 gig.
Replace your AC today, go on a cruise tomorrow. Island Air wants to send you to the island. Matt here from Island Air of Southwest Florida with some great news.
Decisions. Do I buy an air conditioner? Do I take a vacation? For a limited time, Island Air is offering you both in one package.
Call us today to find out more details on how to claim your voucher. Call 239-466-8668.
Call 466-8668 for more details.
License number CAC 057544.
Stop. Don't purchase any diamonds, jewelry, or engagement rings until you come to Duncan's Diamonds. We are not your typical jewelry store. Here are a few reasons. Family owned. Stuart Duncan and his family have been involved in the wholesale diamond business for nearly a century. No middleman. We are direct diamond importers, offering prices 30 to 40% lower than the rest. passing all those savings to you. No pressure. We are not paid on commission. We are here to help you even if you do not purchase from us and to make sure you are happy. The largest selection of diamonds and jewelry, access to millions of jewelry styles, and that is up to 30 times what you find in an ordinary jewelry store. Free services like clean and check whether you purchased from us or not. Don't take our word from a radio ad. Visit Duncan's Diamonds. We will prove we will not be undersold anywhere, anytime, by anybody. Duncan's Diamonds.
US 41, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Naples at Mercado.
Encore Luxury Cabinets and Design staff have been designing award-winning kitchens and baths for nearly 50 years. Now Encore is proud to offer Foster Appliances, a sophisticated line of chef-grade handmade Italian products just perfect for the home chef and all of us. Encore Luxury Cabinets and Design is proud to be a select area dealer for these hand-built appliances that are in many ways superior to other brand-name high-end cooking appliances. Since 1975, Foster has created top-of-the-line cooktops, ovens, ranges, hoods, sinks, and faucets for residential and commercial use. Their attention to detail and unique accessories enhance the cooking experience, making them a preferred supplier to luxury resorts such as the Ritz-Carlton. Call Encore at 239-331-5287 to schedule a demonstration of their expanded Naples showroom, or visit EncoreCabinetDesign.com for inspirational cabinet designs and appliances for your new home or remodeling project.
Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit LDTlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano. LDTlaw.com. You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you in your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Had a chance to visit A Locksmith, their showroom in North Naples. And Andrew is the owner. He is a fantastic guy. Get a chance to talk to him. He's a former police officer and an expert on home security. Maybe you have some needs like a safe, a Liberty safe. They are the only Liberty safe dealer in Collier County. And I don't know if you know, but A Locksmith is the oldest locksmith in Collier County and comes with a stellar reputation for professional quality and service. Their staff licensed, bonded, and insured and available. And 100% satisfaction is always guaranteed. Their employees are great. No contractors. They have all their employees there, and they are always professional, on time, serving Collier and Southern Lee counties. So if you're looking for your next Liberty safe, you want to go to A Locksmith. They have two Naples showroom, one in North Naples, across from Mercado, and one in the city of Naples, just north of Mooring Line Drive on US 41. Or if you want to find out more, visit alocksmithnaples.com.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach. Did you know that state legislatures have the power to redraw district boundaries for every member of Congress and every member of the state legislature? We do this based on the census that is required every 10 years. In Florida, that process is regulated by the Fair Districting Act, amended on the Florida Constitution in 2010. It requires that district lines are not drawn to favor one political party, that districts are compact, and that they follow geographic boundaries. Due to our exploding population from people fleeing liberal lockdown states, Florida will receive a new congressional seat, while socialist states like California and New York are losing seats. This proves that people are choosing freedom. The process begins this fall, and the final maps will be voted on during our session early next year. This is State Representative Spencer Roach. You can count on me to keep you updated as things unfold, and I'm counting on you to help keep Florida red, because I'm not tired of winning. Stay tuned and stay engaged. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach, P.O. Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
Hey, this is Papa, reporting that we're still getting a lot of calls from homeowners who were told they needed a new re-roof after Irma.
Most of these folks had a few broken tiles that are obsolete. Our company has 2 warehouses filled with the older obsolete tiles that have never been used. If you think that you may not need a new re-roof, but only need to replace some obsolete tile, please call me for our free tile roof inspection. We may be able to repair and seal your roof to make it look new and beautiful, a lot cheaper than replacing the entire roof. If you call me for our free inspection, we'll place you on our proactive list, and in the event of another hurricane, you won't have to go searching for a contractor because we will automatically call you to see if you need assistance. Let me show you how we can clean and seal and protect your roof, pavers, and pool decks. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, call us at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7, and you can call us right now for a free tile roof inspection. License number CCC 1326213.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. First Lady Jill Biden is there as thousands of athletes from 206 countries have been carrying their nation's flags and waiting for TV cameras, with the Olympics opening ceremony held mostly without spectators in Tokyo, Japan, because of the coronavirus pandemic.
The USA team's sports performance chief, Rick Adams, says after months of uncertainty surrounding the games, there's excitement.
It has been an incredible journey for not only Team USA's athletes, but for athletes all around the world.
US team officials estimate around 83% of American athletes have had COVID-19 shots.
Fox's Simon Owen. At home in the U.S.,
the U.S. added more than 55,000 new COVID-19 cases yesterday, with 315 new deaths, according to Johns Hopkins. Chicago public schools say students, teachers, and staff will be required to wear masks when they return to classrooms next month, regardless of vaccination status.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato's Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Heading out through Collier County, still watching a crash at Santa Barbara Boulevard and Radio Road with injuries and northbound roadblocks. So you can take Livingston or Collier Boulevard as an alternate to Santa Barbara to get around that northbound closure. We also have a disabled vehicle at Immokalee Road and Oil Well Road, and another crash we're watching in Immokalee at Immokalee Drive and North 18th Street. Keep an eye out for a crash also heading through Daniels Parkway and State Road 82 in Fort Myers. No injuries there, but a little bit of roadblocks still on State Road 82. Tracking delays eastbound and westbound at that intersection. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, get ready for another hot and humid day for your Friday. Temperatures topping off in the middle 90s today. However, with that humidity, the heat index range between 100 to as high as 109 degrees. Look out for spotty storms, especially focus inland throughout this afternoon, though another line of storms will be possible as we head into this evening. Look out for that for your Friday evening plans. Very mild and muggy as we head into tonight. Temperatures waking up in your Saturday only managing to reach into the upper 70s before we're back into lower 90s for the afternoon. Slightly cooler for both Saturday and Sunday, at least compared to what we've had over the past couple days as we usher in higher chances for rain and thunderstorms for both Saturday and Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Serving up a tray load of truth today on 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, I'm Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. You've heard me say we're the working and retired person's country club. This means coming in for a meal, a drink, or with a party, and we will obtain your complete satisfaction with our food, service, and value. We strive for excellence with your service experience and our food. So on the rare occasion we fall short, tell us and we'll fix it. Plus, at Stevie Tomatoes, there are no pretenses, no attitudes, high prices, or rushing you in or out. Come relax, enjoy yourself, and be yourself. At Stevie's, we love meeting the men and women who currently and in the past work hard to make America great. We appreciate their values, honesty, industriousness, and affection for this great country. So head to Stevie's, where we strive for excellence in everything we do. I guarantee it. In Naples, Fort Myers, and Cape Coral. Come, come, come.
Stevie Tomatoes, sports page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Attorney Joe Cordell. For many men, divorce brings a bewildering sense of loss. You feel adrift, isolated, like you're the only person in the world. But the good news is, you're not alone. Cordell & Cordell can help guide you through all aspects of divorce. Let us be there for you.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and by appointment only in Dadeland. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune in to WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Business is built on connections. And with Square, you can connect every side of your business with tools that all work together. From your customers and your sales to your staff and your schedules, everything is in sync. So you can get a head start on shaping what's to come. See how Square can help connect every side of your business by visiting square.com/go/connect. That's square.com/go/connect.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live, drewsteele.com. The website, Steele has 3 E's. Go to the website. There you can watch the program. It's great for your smartphone, smart device. It's mobile friendly. You can go to YouTube right now for the time being at Drew Steele Radio. We're there as well. And you can subscribe to the podcast. Just go to drewsteele.com, Steele has 3 E's, and there's a link you can subscribe right now. We do appreciate you listening. Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com, coming up in just a minute. But first, the top 5 audio clips of the day. There's so many of them. They're going to be all over the place. There'll be more, I'm sure. But here you go. Top 5 audio clips of the day. It's a 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5 at 8:35. Number 5.
And it shouldn't be so easy to prevent legislation from moving forward. I'll also note that, the president ran for office because he felt that people's fundamental rights were being violated by the last president.
Really? Which rights? What rights were violated? Can you tell us that? No follow-up on that, but that's why Joe Biden ran, the violation of rights by the last president. Hey, where were those? Can you tell us, please?
Number 4.
So our number 1 investment priority is equity. And as our team decides this is a competitive grant process. By the way, I think that the fact of a competition will help communities to come together as a community and put their best ideas forward. In order to qualify to get the money, you have to prove to us that you'll have an equity lens.
An equity lens. Hey, it's competition, everybody. That's the Biden Commerce Secretary yesterday, Raimondo, telling everybody there's $3 billion in community grants. It's part of the American Rescue Plan, but you got to compete for it. Oh, and by the way, you got to show us you're showing everybody some equity. The term that the CRT folks like to use, equity instead of equality, that idea of systemic racism is producing all of these outcomes, and we've got to fix it by having equity and not equality. It's equity. And so using that language, talking about that, and you can't have the numbers unless the money, unless you can prove to us that you're being right with what we're trying to tell you with regards to equity. And what are you talking about?
Number 3.
Means they're having a difficult time modeling this wave. I think the bottom line is we're going to see continued growth, at least for the next 3 or 4 weeks. There's going to be a peak sometime probably around late August, early September. It's possible you see a second small bump as kids go back to school, as the schools become vectors of transmission, like we saw with B117. But this will come and go. And I think for businesses that want to reopen against the backdrop of a more quiescent period of time, October might be prudent. September was always iffy, even under the old scenario, because September was when you were likely to see the resurgence in B117. So it was always iffy that you'd be reopening right against the backdrop of when that final surge would come. I happen to believe that we're further into this Delta wave than we're measuring. So this may be over sooner than we think.
Really? It doesn't sound that way. That is Dr. Scott Gottlieb, the former FDA commissioner on CNBC, saying he believes that we're further into the Delta than we're measuring and it may be over sooner than we think. I'm just asking, is that how we're acting here in the country? I don't know. It's
Number 2.
We look forward to this upcoming year to be a normal school year, be in person,
and live like normal and learn like normal kids. There's been talk about potentially people advocating at the federal level imposing compulsory masks on kids. We're not doing that in Florida, okay? We need our kids to breathe.
We're not doing it. Governor DeSantis yesterday letting everybody know there's word. We're starting to hear things from the federal government about mask mandates. We're not doing it here in Florida. Nope.
Number 1.
Are there people who, in the Democratic Party, who want to defund the president?
Are there people in the Republican Party who think we're sucking the blood out of kids?
I'm not sure. Are there people in the Democratic Party who want to defund the president?
When asked about those in the Democrat Party, the media asking the president, those in the Democrat Party are pushing to defund the police, higher ups, in the party just want to ask the question, and Joe Biden asking if Republicans are sucking the blood of kids, which seems like a very natural reaction to that question, right? I mean,
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com. Help me. He's not sucking blood.
I can't. You're helpless. I can't help you. I'm absolutely focused on the opening ceremonies of the Tokyo Olympic Games. How are you not watching this? Yes, the team from Kiribati just went by. Kiribati. Who the hell is Kiribati?
I don't know.
Kiribati. Well, they have 3 athletes. They're known for fly fishing. There are 36 atolls that sit on an elevated coral reef. They have an Olympic team. They have 3. I'm looking at this. This is the most ridiculous thing ever. It really is entertaining. But I will tell you one thing. Yeah. I've got it on in the background watching because I have 3 friends who are playing, representing the U.S. on the tennis team. So I'm watching to see them come by. I'm excited for them. But I will tell you, in my overall journalistic review of the opening, Kyrgyzstan has the best hats. Okay. You gotta go back and find the Kyrgyzstan opening outfits. The hats. I want one of the hats. I'm gonna ask my buddies if they can trade something. I need one of the Kyrgyzstan hats.
Should they do some of the announcements on the Olympics, kind of like they do the dog show? Like where you have a couple of people go, oh, look at how beautiful the hats look. The hats look fantastic. Did they do that? Is it like a parade kind of thing?
No. It's the Today Show is hosting it. It is boring. I'd watch paint dry before I'd watch this. I got the volume down, but I'm just looking at the outfits. I wish they would have like Tim Gunn and Heidi Klum from Project Runway, and Heidi Klum could be saying, well, they could have better outfits. The women should have shorter dresses. They are healthy after all. And Tim goes, well, they don't match. It's not match. They're in a clash by themselves.
Yeah,
but it's really interesting.
And speaking of the shorts, did you hear about who was it? Norway that said, we don't want to wear the little the tiny bikini shorts when we're playing. What is it? Olympic
beach volleyball.
Yeah, beach volleyball. Well, they call it handball, right? Don't they call it's like when they call soccer football and they call volleyball handball or something like that. Anyway, the point is that the Norway team is like, no, we're going to wear sports shorts. And we don't want to do that. And didn't they get in trouble for that or fined for that? Or
each member of the team got fined 150 euros. So it's about $177 each, $170 each. But this was not in the Olympic Games. This was in a European League format they were playing. But still, it's insane. Yeah. Because these are women. They normally at the beach volleyball wear teeny tiny bikini bottoms and like a sports bra top. Mm-hmm. But they said, we don't want to do that. We want to wear some shorts. And they got shorts, and you can buy shorts. I just found this out from a friend of mine who's got daughters who play beach volleyball.
Yeah.
You can buy the shorts in 4-inch, 6-inch, and 8-inch leg length. So she buys the 8. She said she would buy ankle length if she could to keep the weasels away from her kids.
Yeah.
But why isn't this allowed? And then the flip side, you had the British Paralympian who's a long jumper, and she runs, down that track and jumps in the air and then launches herself. And she's been wearing the same bottoms, and they're really short. They're like bikini bottoms from 1960, not thongs or anything.
Yeah.
She's been wearing the same ones for 2 years. An official came up to her and said, those shorts are too short.
What?
Yeah, I know. So it doesn't. Nothing makes any sense. The whole
Nothing.
thing. Get some uniformity, people, and get a hat from Kyrgyzstan.
And speaking of, because we're on the sports thing and everything, is the NFL just trying to make it so that people don't want to watch anymore? Is that what they're doing? Two questions I have. The first one is obviously the story about to honor Black Lives Matter. The NFL is going to play now the Black National Anthem before every game. They've made that announcement because, there's more than one. I wonder how many others there's going to be. I mean, shouldn't there be other national anthems for other groups, or is it just the one? That's a question. And then the second... Well, go ahead.
Let's go to the first one, because back in the 70s, Sammy Davis Jr. appeared on The Tonight Show.
Yeah.
And Johnny Carson asked him what he thought of Shaft winning the Academy Award. And Sammy said, "You mean the Black National Anthem?" And Johnny looked at him and he said, "What?" He goes, "We're getting it, babe. We might as well sing about it." So I thought Shaft was the Black National Anthem. That came from Sammy Davis Jr. on The Tonight Show years ago. This playing of this beautiful song, Lift Every Voice, and trying to divide us further is so maddening to me.
Yeah.
But the NFL, they're doing exactly what you said. They're trying to make the audience numbers lower. It's not golf, guys.
Right.
Yeah, the lowest score doesn't win.
And then the other announcement that they made, and I'm just trying to figure out how they're going to actually be able to do this, NFL teams are going to be forced to forfeit if unvaccinated players cause a COVID outbreak. The thing that's the headline in the New York Post. The first thing that jumps out is, how do you know? How do you know that the way that the outbreak happened was because of one person who is unvaccinated? If somebody's unvaccinated and they get the vid, right, and they leave the compound, they're not playing, they leave, and then some other player gets the vid, how do they know that that's the player or that's the person that gave it to them? Is there an identification? Did they get a tag? Is that what it is?
Yes. You didn't know this. It's a new story. If you go down on a microscopic level to the COVID, when it leaves you, if they call it the sputum, if you spew it out of your mouth or sneeze or whatever, you cough.
Yeah.
It has a little bit of your face. You can see your face on every COVID molecule that you expel. So that's how they know. They look at it and they go, "Oh, look, that Drew gave it to me."
I mean, there's a picture on your spittle really? I had no idea.
It looks just like you. Yeah, I didn't. It looks like Disney or Pixar has put your head on the COVID thing.
I didn't know
really
that.
Cool.
Okay. I would look and say, "Oh, but the hair. You couldn't have done anything." Okay, yeah.
Couldn't fix it. No, it's the dumbest thing ever. And you're now starting to see some of the players saying, "Hey, how are you going to do this?" And you've got veterans who are saying, "I'm not getting vaccinated." DeAndre Hopkins is saying, "I might just quit. I might retire." Now, it's doubtful he will, but
he does have a lot of money.
Why don't we find out how many of the members had COVID and now have antibodies? Because they wouldn't have to be vaccinated now, would they?
That's right. See, there accommodations. There are things that you can do. There's always something you can look at. Besides, all of it seems just so outrageous and over the top. And go ahead.
It's pandering to the fear that's being foisted upon us. For example, the story there's a great story in the Epoch Times that talks about New Jersey, where 49 people who were vaccinated died of the COVID. If you read the headlines in New Jersey, that's what they're selling. Nearly 50 people who were vaccinated died of COVID. And you read the story, you get down about 4 paragraphs.
Yeah.
And it says, well, 30 of the 49 were over 80. Okay. And we know COVID is brutal on people over 80. And we don't even know if COVID killed them. They died with COVID or from COVID. Tell us. And then, so now you got 30 out of 49. Then you look at 65 and over. So 65 to 70, there's 17 of them. So 47 out of 49 people who died after being vaccinated. They're all in the most dangerous category of COVID. And we don't know if the other two might have had comorbidities. This fear just has to stop being sold to us.
Right. And the more you do it, the more you're going to have distrust of all different kinds of people and bureaucrats. And I'm looking at a story that Phil Kerpen put this up on his Twitter account. Kids returning to school should wear COVID masks. 68 Alabama doctors say. I wonder how many doctors there are in Alabama. I mean, is it 68? Is that all there are? I mean, is that a consensus? Is that what it is? I'm wondering if there's maybe hundreds, maybe thousands of doctors in Alabama. So 68 doctors say that they should wear masks. So I'm assuming that the rest of them say not, and it's probably more of them. So again, the way they structure the headlines and the way they make it sound. And again, the governor, you probably heard the audio. The governor's saying, look, we're not doing it. We're not masking up here again in the state. We're just not optional. Do you want to do it? That's fine. But we're not making it compulsory. We're not making it mandated. I think that's a good thing.
He's such a badass. I love your governor. I really do. He's the best.
You can't have him. You can't have him. I'm sorry. We're keeping him here. I know.
Well, maybe in a couple of years, maybe he's kind of helping everybody. I'm just saying.
I see. Maybe he'll be everybody's. You see, we're going to share. Is that what you're suggesting?
Maybe he's everybody's governor. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there.
With air quotes. Maybe he's everybody's governor.
I have my fingers up there. Yeah, making air quotes. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. There's a lot of madness, though. Yeah. I'm still trying to keep it. I have one eye. I'm side-eyeing the TV, trying to see if the U.S. team comes up, because this is just insane. There's nobody in the stands. Japan didn't even spend for the cardboard cutouts.
Nothing at all.
No, or not even fake applause. They could have done something. And NBC wonders why their Today Show ratings are down 30% this year.
Right. Yeah, 30%. No North Korean team, I heard, right? Did they have no stand-ins or anything? North Korea couldn't be here today. Guyana's not there.
Yeah, Guinea.
Oh, is that who it was? Okay.
Yeah, Burkina Faso's there, though, just so in case you were wondering. But the one that's really getting me is the refugee team is now like 70 people.
Ooh.
There's a whole team of people with no flag. They're people who are refugees from a country who want to compete, but they can't go back to their country and they can't get asylum somewhere. So the IOC affords them status as a team.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's been going on for a couple Olympics. It's kind of weird and kind of wacky. This whole thing seems to be a disaster, and I'm especially curious.
You can't take your eyes off it.
Well, I'm curious because I want to see if the Olympic soccer team is going to do anything dumb,
Right. No, yeah,
if the women's team, if the Megan Rapinoe is going to do anything dumb. All but 3 of them knelt, and then they lost that game to Sweden. And, 44 games in a row they had won up until that point. You people don't believe in karma. You don't think God's looking out? Okay, you're going to take a knee in the first Olympic game? All right, I got this.
Here's your knee. Yeah,
here's your knee right in your back.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that God's not a Brooklynite. Yeah, I got you.
I don't know. God speaks in all languages.
That's true.
Come on.
All right, you're right.
Wait.
All right, before we go, I'm looking at this on MikeOpelka.com here. What is this? NASA lander discovers something surprising inside Mars? What's inside Mars?
They actually found Marvin the Martian deep inside Mars. No, they've gone. Wouldn't that be hilarious?
Yes.
They're using seismic data that they've been collecting from the rovers, and they now confirm that. Hey, shut up, lady. They now confirm that the red planet has a molten core, which means there's lava at the center of it, which is kind of an interesting scientific discovery.
Okay.
And I don't know exactly what it means, but if there's molten lava at the center of it, everything these days we look at for these planetary explorations is around where can we get minerals cheaper than we can get them and safer than we can get them mining here on Earth.
Right.
So trust me, they're looking at the core of Mars right now, trying to find out, are there diamonds? Is there gold? Are there precious metals? Are there rare earths in there? Because Jeff Bezos has already said he wants to move all that nasty manufacturing to outer space. And I'm sure if he can get stuff out of Mars, he and Elon Musk will be on either side of the planet drilling.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's a visual. Yeah, tell him to call me when it's molten lava cake in the middle of Mars, because that's really what I'm looking for. Is actually some that's see what I just did there? See,
now I want cake.
I know.
Now you dog. Now I want cake.
I do.
Anyway, That's the light scientific but also enlightening news of the day.
That's what
And
you
Mars,
do.
Mars has a hot core.
That's just a, okay, I thought that was like
No, that's not a metaphor.
Oh,
for
okay, I
anything,
wasn't
no.
sure. I wasn't sure how that worked. Yeah, okay. Oh, look at the time. We got to run. All right, there he goes. Mike Opelka.
Oh,
okay, yes.
Guess where I'll be
Horseshack.
tonight?
Horseshack.
Guess
Go
where I'll
ahead.
be? Mr. Kata. Guess where I'll be tonight?
Watching the Olympics?
No, right here.
Oh, you're going to be filling in tonight?
Yeah, for Trey.
Okay, good. So you'll get more molten lava madness. Or
Oh, I got surprises for tonight.
do you? Do you want to tease? You got
No. I might get fired. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, listen tonight so you'll hear what Michael Pelka does so that
My
he'll...
last broadcast ever.
Okay. I'll see you later.
See you later.
All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. DrewSteele.com is the website. Don't forget, go there if you want to watch, or you can subscribe to the podcast there as well. We appreciate it. Casey Sherman has the remainder of our weekend forecast.
Happy Friday, Southwest Florida. Get ready for another hot and humid day today with temperatures soaring into the middle 90s. Look out for spotty storms for this afternoon.